Okay, I think we're here. Alright. How's it going, everybody? I am your host, your captain of the Flying Moose, with you once again after a great fun VATSIM stream yesterday. And we're going to be flying from Luxembourg today. And, holy crap. Stand by. I just spawned in here, so it's trying to figure out what is going on. My goodness, that's a little... Alright, well... This is technically... Luxembourg is... This airport is set up weird, and... Okay. This is technically general aviation, according to Flight Sim, even though this is clearly a terminal. And so the biggest one they have is general aviation large. And so obviously 737 is a bit big for that, so GSX is probably going to balk at this, I'm guessing. But the only gates are those guys over there, which are, you know, that's what we flew in here with, the Cargo Lux 747. So, whatever. We'll deal with it. So anyway, hello to you guys that are already here. Let me get this turned back around so I can see appropriately. There we go. Okay. Let's see who's here. So Enrich16 was here first, looks like. Ronnie Gurko, Evan Wilson, Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart coming in all the way from 1736 to watch this stream. Well, thank you, sir. always appreciate a fan. Roger Jose Salas, good to see you, man. Pro Shadow Fighters here. What's up? Brian Gren, good to see you again, man. And Gravity, guten Abend, sir. Guten Abend. Good afternoon. All right, so let's get started. I didn't finish doing a lot of setup because I thought, oh, you know what, Luxembourg, I'll try to get some scenery for us real quick. And then I downloaded the scenery, and I suddenly realized I should not do that at the last minute because it looked like crap, first of all. And I didn't want to. We were like a minute before I was supposed to start the stream. Then the alarm at church went off as I was dealing with that. So anyway, it was just a fun morning. Anyway, so all I'd say, hopefully we'll get this under control and not have any problems. So no, not going to Tel Aviv today, mainly because of time. Started up a little later than I wanted to, and I have a game to go to tonight. I have to do some other things, so Tel Aviv was going to be a bit of a longer flight, and so we will do that another time, probably next weekend maybe. And but don't worry, we were going to get to Tel Aviv eventually. And we're going to go up to Norway, to Oslo, because that's another one people want me to go to. But Gibraltar was one of those that was suggested a while back. It's going to be should be a fun approach. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Okay, so let's look at the. You guys can do this with me together then, because I didn't get it done on my own. So let's look at Sim Brief and see where we're going, because we need to do that. So here's our route today from Luxembourg over to Paris, down France, over across the most of Spain, and down into Gibraltar, right there at the gateway to the Mediterranean. We are going to be at 35,000 feet today. We are WestWind Flight 1313. We're in a Boeing 737-800. And our alternate is Malaga, which is right there. Malaga. If we have to divert for any reason, we're going to have 21,600 pounds of fuel, roughly. 21,700, really closer to. It's about 2.5 hour flight time. And our zero fuel weight today is 127.6. We have, or we're going to have when I program it in, because I restarted the sim, 125 people on board. We got 14,400 pounds of cargo for that grand total zero fuel weight of 127.6. So that is how it's going to go. No, I don't have Gibraltar scenery. It's going to be default. That's what I tried to download first, and the freeware stuff looked like really poo. And I went, ugh, okay. It might be fine, but let me tell you something, just and to blast out to the world, I don't understand people that do this. If you are going to be putting up scenery, freeware or not, I don't care. But if it's freeware, even if it's kind of meh, turn your anti-aliasing on. I mean, oh my goodness, we live in this age of graphics cards. Even if you're just taking pictures, turn it on. I don't know how many times I've seen people in their pictures of their aircraft, and it is the most jaggedy, pixelated looking thing because they didn't turn anti-aliasing on. I understand if your machine can't handle it to fly in, but when you're taking pictures to post to say, this is what our scenery looks like, it does not do you any favors to have that off. All I'm saying. End of rant. If you don't know what I'm talking about, look up what anti-aliasing does to your sim. If you don't have it on right now, you are experiencing a world difference. If you're one of those people that wonders how my scenery looks so good or my sim looks so good, and you don't have anti-aliasing on, That's why. Because my sim isn't all pixelated. Because if I turn that off, ugh, yeah, it looks like garbage. Blah. Anyway, I'm doing well. Thank you, Evan, for asking. Guy Baghdadarian, hello, sir. Yeah, no, we're getting more and more people wanting to go to Tel Aviv, so don't worry, that's coming. That is coming. Okay. So, no, I don't have Gibraltar scenery. And the main reason that prompted it was when I realized I looked in Flight Sim and there's no gates in Gibraltar because it's technically an Air Force base, but they do have commercial flights. EasyJet and British at least fly into there. We're just gonna make do. It's gonna be what it is. The more important part is for the approach. It's called anti-aliasing. Alias. Used to be a show called Alias with Jennifer Garner years ago. Crap show, but whatever. Anti-aliasing, and basically what it does. In fact, okay. So I'm gonna talk about this for a second. So if you notice, this is a bad view. Stand by. Let me get something close to the airplane. There we go. See how this looks very smooth, this line here? You can see kind of if I get really close, even then you can kind of barely make out the pixel marks. If I didn't have anti-aliasing on, you would see square blocks right here, all the way down every line in the sim. It just looks bad. And when you take pictures, it looks really bad. So, and the more you're zoomed out from something, the worse it looks. So, anyway, it's a pet peeve of mine. So, hey Odin, you're not that late because we're just starting here. So, good to have you. Georgian family name, not easy to read. Yeah, did I get close? It looks like Baghdadarian. Baghdadarian? Yeah, oh my goodness. Say that 5 times fast. No, thank you. Okay. Yeah. Some names harder to pronounce than others. Okay, so let's get this thing fired up here. We need to turn on power onto the aircraft. You guys don't usually get to see this step with me because I always have this done. So we're going to turn that on. That puts us into standby mode. And I want to get some things hooked up to the aircraft here. So I'm going to FS actions, ground connections. Wheel chocks are set. We're going to connect ground power and ground air. There's that ground air. So because of that, we can leave the packs off because they're not being used. I'm going to turn the bleeds of the main engines off because we're going to use the APU when we get started. Fuel is off. Good. And we can turn the ground power switch on, and that gives us power. Dome light on there, and that gets us roaring up on the aircraft. That being said, now let me see about... Actually, before I do that, I'm going to close that main door. Maybe. Maybe not. Doors. Oh, it did close. Okay. Usually it says up here. Okay. Yeah, so the route is not in NightBot yet. Let me get that up in a moment. So you can hit route, but it's going to show you the stuff from yesterday, so don't bother with that at the moment. Ronan, hello again, sir. The screens aren't on yet. The whole thing's kind of booting up, coming to life. Yeah, it's a delay, but basically, yeah, that's yesterday. So I'll get it up at NightBot in a second. We're going to Gibraltar today. We're obviously not going from Nassau Pinto to JFK. We're going to Gibraltar from Luxembourg. Senior Sensei Gaming, hello sir, good to see you, man. Welcome to the stream. Guys, if you're just joining us, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We're trying to get up to the 2,500 subscribers, and also would like to get 50 likes today. We got a little closer to that yesterday, but no cigar. So let's go ahead and get me that magic number of 50 likes. I would appreciate it. All right. Evan Wilson, are you leaving already? Okay, let's see. Let's set our payload here. So this is going to be 118, I think it was. Yeah. So 118 in coach. We got 7 in first. That makes for a magic number of 125. We got 14,400 in cargo. 0 fuel weight, 127.6. That's right. Fuel, according to the flight plan, is going to be... What did I say? That's not helpful. 21,676. 21,676. Boom. All right. Alright, and ground connection set, doors, pushback, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Pro Shadow Fighter, how's it going, man? CYTV, yeah, again, route's not loaded yet. Just give me a second. Give me time. Give me time. You can call me Moss if you want, I guess. Alright. I don't know if this is going to work. I'm going to try it. Hey, maybe it will. Request boarding. Maybe no. Oh, hey! And it even says Lux Air. Look at that. That's cool. Juan is definitely hiding down in here somewhere. Yeah, guys, don't bother with the route yet because I haven't set it up, and I don't want to listen to you right now. So you're going to get up there. Good boy. Okay. So with that, we can go ahead and open our cargo doors and our main door. Main cabin door, cargo forward, cargo aft. Good deal. Wonderful. Okay. And I need to do that so I don't have to look at that. Okay, good. Alright, let me go set up the NightBot real quick so that way you guys can be satisfied. Because I know you want satisfaction. In fact, here, I'll even show you how I do this. I'll have a little tutorial. NightBot tutorial. Oh, look, it's right there. NightBot dashboard. Boom. NightBot. Log in with YouTube. Choose my account. Choose my account. Yeah, I've done this before. I don't know why you're forgetting I've done this, but okay, whatever. Ooh, top chatter the other day, or top chatter recently was Baxter Cat. Look at that. All right. Top command, iRoute. Yep. Or, you know what? I'm just going to call it iRoute. You know, it's easy to say hashtag. It's not very easy to say exclamation mark. They need to come up with a classier name for that. We renamed the pound sign years ago to hashtag. Let's do the same thing with that. Someone come up with something. So over here in custom commands, here's all the commands that we've got. So I'm going to go find route, change it. So we are 1313 today. I know I'm destroying the magic for you guys. Sorry. ELLX to LXGB. We are in a 737-800. And we're going to be at flight level 35. Whatever. I have spam filters. Let's see here. If I had like millions of subscribers, I would be worried about that, but I don't. So meh. Mobile Oppression Palace. Sorry, it's Futurama. What's my... Oh, sim brief. There we go. Boop. There's our routing. Copy. NightBot. Paste. We have any directs in here? One. Get rid of that. Get rid of the direct. There we go. Submit. Okay. Alright, now, if you type in exclamation route, you should get the correct one. I've done an A320 flight. Again, it kind of bogs my computer down, and I don't know Airbus very well, so I'm kind of hesitant to do it more. Yeah, maybe. Ha ha ha. Fortune Finder. Hey, good to see you too, sir. And Sid Makes Studios. Hey, it's been a while since I've seen you too. Oz Plays Games. Hello, sir. Your first streams forever. Yeah, yeah. You missed the other one because of your... What, you had an eye doctor the other day or something like that, I think it was? There you go. New route is up. And I thought I said 1313. That says 131. What the heck? NightBot. You failed me again. You have failed me for the last time. 1313. There we go. Submit. Done. Okay. Now it's accurate. Okay. Alright. Good deal. Anywho, let's, while they're loading us up... You know, I don't hear any... Oh, there's the bus. What's the bus waiting for? Oh, they like that other door open, don't they? I'm not falling for that again. Okay. Open door. There it is. Yeah, okay. Alright, while they're doing that, let's take a look at the outside of the aircraft, because we need to make sure this guy's ready to go. I am 34. Alright. So we've got our pitot tubes on right here, and our nose gear looking pretty good down there. Tires look good. No leaks, no hydraulic issues. This avionics hatch door there is shut. Angle of attack indicator. We got a good looking nose cone, radome. It's a beautiful day out here in Europe. Look at this. Pitot tubes and angle of attack indicator there. We've got our, as I walk into it apparently, our good old PMDG power cart, ground power, plugged in there. And we got our static ports on the co-pilot side, 737-800 there. There comes the baggage. Hello, sir. I'm a little short, aren't I? Beep. That's better go. Okay. And we've got our got the wing root right here. We got landing lights. Leading edge of the wing looks good. Big old CFM engine here. We got our fan blades looking good. No issues, no problems, no leaks. Leading edge of the wing looking nice. No dents, no dings, no bangs, no bumps. All right, looking good. Step around our cones here. This is... Wait, what? Whoa. Oh, whyismoose, yeah. Yeah, you can type in whyismoose not flying, but I am flying today, so that message means nothing. Yannick, what are you thanking me very much for? I'm not sure. I'm trying to look back to see if you said something else, but I don't see it. Flying squirrel, you listened. Yes, I did. Were you the one asking for Gibraltar? I do listen to people. Trailing edge looks good. Surfaces are good. The flap canoes are all up. No issues looking like with the engines there. Ah, okay. Sorry, checking my phone. Tires here on the right main look good. And the brakes and hydraulic stuff all looks okay. No problems there. Wow, you loaded that up real fast, didn't you? Aren't you just on top of it today? Alright, checking the vertical and horizontal stabilizers in the back. Looking for any problems. APU is off, but the exhaust port looks to be clear. Can you do Peru to Miami? Yeah, so I think you asked that before. Again, we're in Europe right now. We're not going to be over in South America or North America for a little while. Yesterday was a weird fluke exception because we wanted to do a VATSIM flight. We wanted to do it where we had some controllers, so that was the exception to the rule. So we can do that at some point, and I might do that at some point, but it's not going to be for a while. So if you guys have requests, please keep them limited to Europe, the European theater at the moment. I would appreciate it. Thank you. And by European theater, you can include the northern coast of Africa if you wish. So, like Cairo, I would consider to be okay. Tunisia, stuff like that. Morocco. Morocco's a little farther down. Anyway, okay. Coming around, still looking good. Check out the, I almost called it the short bus, but it's anything but. That's a pretty long bus. And leading edge of the wing looks good over here. Check the engine here. We got the air conditioning cart there. Fan blades look to be in good shape. Landing lights, all good there. All good in the hood. And we got our static ports over here for the captain's side. And we're good to go. I think technically, I'll have to check on this, but I think Dubai is considered to be on the... No, maybe not. No, it's part of the Asian continent. Never mind. Don't listen to me. Let's go up the stairs. There we are. Somehow I'm in the cockpit, even though I'm not in the cockpit. And let's go inside and get set. All right. Good morning. Same to you. Good morning. All right. Again, Hawaii is not in the European theater. What did I just say? What did I just say? No one listens to me. Feed my dog? What? Oh. SidMag Studios, I walk around the plane using a program called Easy Dock. Easy Dock. It's a camera program, basically. Alright. Let's get this guy ready to go. Turn on the IRSs. Check flap lights there. Yaw damper on. Nav, IRS are on both normal, normal. Check our fuel cross feed here. Why are our pumps on? Who does that? Alright, that's good. And travel. Good. Air transit light works. All fuel pumps are off. We got our battery's got 28 volts. We have our ground power has given us 115 volts. 66 amps. Standby power. Good deal. Okay. And those are on. Ground power is connected. The rest of the buses are off. Bus transfer switch is in the selected position automatic. Turn the circuit breaker panels and panel lights. Equipment cooling is normal. Emergency exit lights are armed. Seatbelt signs on for the passengers. Turn on the window heats. Pitot heats will stay off. Any ice will stay off for right now. Let's see, engines, hydraulics are all off except for the bleeds, which that's fine because the engines are running. And coming up here, recircs are on, packs are off. ISO valve auto, and we'll set this up to 35,000 feet. Boom. And nav lights on. Logo light, we'll go ahead and turn that on too, just for funsies. Coming down here, we gotta check our oxygen. Oxygen check is good. Our chronometer tells us it's 12:28, which means we're in Greenwich time, which we're actually in my time, but in Europe. So, see now Cyprus to Cairo. See, that would be an acceptable route because that's all Europe as far as I'm concerned. So, wonderful. No, we're not gonna go to the cabin. The dirty passengers are back there. I don't want to talk to them. I do know the runway length is short. It's only 5,800 feet. 737 can do that. So can they have A320s land there? So we can do it. I've landed on 5,000 foot runways with this thing, and actually landing is fine. It's the taking off that's tricky. But comments after the stream from which remember. Yeah, exactly. Do that. I mean, you can talk to me about it now, but whether I remember it or not now is another matter. There, we can turn that on. I don't need the other lighting. That's fine. Let's get our light test here. So let's check down our panel. Looking at all the lights. Looking at all the lights. All the blinky lights. Good, 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 good. Alright, looks good. It's a good light test. Alright. Moving across the panel some more. We'll go ahead and set that later. We need to set our altimeter here in a second, but I'll get that in a moment. Let's do our fire test. Good. And cargo fire test. Good test. Okie dokie. Panel light backlighting on. Transponder is going to be 3333 today. And we'll go ahead and move that onto transponder mode. And okay, I think we're good there. So let's get our ATIS, which now I have to remember what the number is for that on, what's it called? Flight's going to be about 2 hours and, I think it was 2 hours and 30 minutes, something like that, 2.5. Santa Ana. No, I don't. Where is Santa Ana? I'm not sure what that is. Frederick is here. Better Griffin, good to see you, man. Hey Moose, is it better to do the important stuff before taking off? It's always better to do what you need to do before you take off, yes. You know, the fuel check, everything, those buttons. Yeah, it's, I mean, it's good to do that, obviously, before you take off, because the whole point of that is to make sure everything is set up before you leave. Once you're in the air, you can't do anything but come back. And if something's broken or wrong, then obviously you can't come back. Okay, Oz plays games. KLX in Brazil. None of those are in Europe. Nice try. And for whatever reason, yeah, I'll do that, because there's no reason not to. It thinks the PHNY and PHKO IKOs are dirty or something. I don't know what's going on there. So, okay. What was I doing? ATIS, that's right. Yeah. Yes, ATIS. I need to find on the settings here what my voice ATIS. Here we go. Com frequency 122.0, 122.02, and 122.05 is for the. Wait, no. Understand the ATIS of the active destination airport on the flight plan will be played. Oh, okay. Okay, so 1220, 120, okay. I don't care about the flight plan. Okay. Good deal. Okay. Have I what? Have up you. Alexander, how's it going, man? What do you think about maybe having merch? I'm all for it at some point, but with only a little over 2,000 subscribers, I don't think we're there yet. So, just saying. Got to keep building the brand before we go nuts. Doesn't help anything to go nuts right off the get-go. All right.
Echo Lima Lima X-ray airport information. Echo 1850 Zulu weather wind 257 at 21 visibility 10 sky condition ceiling 1100 broken temperature 10 QNH 1020 advise on initial contact. You have information. Echo Lima Lima X-ray airport information. Echo 1850 Zulu weather wind 257 at 21 visibility 10 sky condition ceiling 1100 broken temperature 10 QNH 1020 advise on initial contact. You have information. Echo Lima Lima X-ray.
All right, information echo. So 10. Let's switch this by the way to hectopascals. So 1020 is what we need to set there for the ATIS. There we go. And oh, we need to get our FMC aligned. We are at ELLX. Not going to bother with the gate because why? Alright, origin destination is LXGB. Flight number WWA 1313. Departure arrival. Departure is going to be the Robot Rapo 5X. Yes, we are going to take off runway 24 given the winds. And the route is going to be as follows. Well, I don't have any merch for you right now. This is an ATC on their first ever day on the job. Well, that was that ATIS was from Active Sky actually. Just saying. Nope. I want. Where is my sim brief? That's NightBot. That's not what I want. That's sim brief. That's what I want. Okay, so to Rapport, good. UN 857. UN 857 to LMG. G. And then UN 10. 10 to VELIN. VELIN. UN 857 again. To PPN. N. UN 10 again. I'm just going back and forth. UN 10 to Vassum. UN 857 again. Oh my goodness. 857 to Monto. And UN864, finally a different one. UN864 to MAR, M-A-R. And from there, the star for Gibraltar is just a general civilian star, so it's, we'll see where we're going to get. We'll get that later in the flight, we'll add that later. Activate, execute. Check the legs page here for any issues. I don't see any right away, so we're good there. Okay. Zero fuel weight is 127.6. Fuel total right now is 21.7. Reserves. What was our reserves? Looks like 5, 8. We'll call it. Wait, what? 5.9. We'll call it 5.9. 5.9. Cost index will be 80. Cruise altitude 350. Transition altitude here is, let me grab my chart. I think it's 5,000, but I don't remember. Luxembourg. This is Gibraltar. That's not helpful to me right now. Oh, before I do that, there we go. Come on. So I did get Navigraph working again, by the way. I had to uninstall the app and reinstall it. I don't know what happened, but people online were saying that's what they had to do it, so what's going on here? ELLX. Open. Yeah, so EasyDock, it's kind of a toss-up now. Hey, King Poet, by the way. Between EasyDock and, what's the other one? I'm drawing a blank. I have them both. Chase Plane, sorry. Yawning. Putting myself to sleep. What am I looking for? Approach that one. Let's see, when are we? The Rapper 5X. There we go. Go to that. Initial climb clearance is 4,000. Transition altitude. Oh, it's 4,500. That's a weird one. Okay. That's right. It was weird coming in, too. I remember that now. Okay. Execute that. N1 limit. We're going to leave it alone. And flaps will be 5. Trim is that. V speeds V1 139, VR 141, V2 149. And now it's. When did this happen? It was like clear skies a moment ago. Did active sky just finally kick in? What the heck? Have to double check the ATIS again, make sure we're still current. That's kind of questionable. Okay. 149. 149. There we go. So anyway, so it's kind of a toss-up between EasyDock and Chase Plane. They're similarly priced, I believe, and they do the same thing. If you've if you've used EasyDock for a long time, you almost kind of want to stick with it because otherwise you have to learn a whole new paradigm. I think Chase Plane does some better job with some visuals and some ease of setting up, but EasyDock has some different things that are advantages too. So I don't really know. I don't have the new EasyDock. I have the old EasyDock. So give me Moose's address. Oh my goodness. So anyway, It's kind of a toss-up. Is one of them is it worth it to have one of them? Absolutely. Which one you want to get, that's going to be on you to kind of research and figure out. So, trim is the this is the trim wheel right here, and I'll show you real quick what you're talking about when you're dealing with trim. This the elevator back here. So your elevators are these guys, the panels that move up and down. It's not going to do it right now because I don't have hydraulics. Oh no, it will do it a little bit. So you see how I move a little bit. Trimming, basically, you see this little band right here. The entire horizontal stabilizer will move up and down to trim the aircraft. So you can set. So in other words, the idea behind trim is I don't have to keep yanking back on the yoke the whole time to maintain a climb. I can pull back on the yoke and then trim it so I can let the yoke go back to neutral and the aircraft maintains its pitch. So you want to trim it a certain way for takeoff so that way you're not having to yank way too far back on the yoke to take off, or you're having to fight the aircraft's not trying to lift off on its own too early because you don't want it to rotate early, otherwise you're killing a lot of your lift before you even got it. So yeah, that's why we calculate what our trim angle should be, which is 4.59, and we set that prior to takeoff so we can have that set up right. I'm going to put the ATIS back on here and just see if they say anything about the
Echo,
rain now.
Lima, Lima, X-ray, airport information, Golf 1920, Zulu, weather, wind 257, at 17, visibility 4, sky condition, ceiling 700, broken, light rain, temperature 9, dew point 8, QNH 1019. Advise on initial contact, you have information, Golf. Echo, Lima, Lima, X-ray, airport information, Golf 1920, Zulu, weather, wind 257, at 17, visibility 4, sky condition, ceiling 700, broken, light rain, temperature 9, dew point 8, QNH 1019. Advise on initial contact, you have information, Golf. Echo, Lima, Lima, X-ray, airport information, Golf 1920, Zulu, weather, wind 257, at 17, visibility 4, sky condition, ceiling 700, broken, light rain, temperature 9, dew point 8, QNH 1019. Advise on initial contact, you have information, Golf. Echo, Lima, Lima, X-ray, airport information, Golf.
Okay, so what had changed a little bit. So the temperatures dropped and the dew point went up because of the humidity and the rain. The altimeter went down by 1, so we're going to change that to 19. And the ceiling is now down to 700 from 1,100. The visibility dropped to 4 from 10, so okay. And the wind died down a little bit, so it's still 257, but it's 17 instead of 21. So, all right. So it doesn't change too much, but we do now have a wet runway condition, so we need to be aware of that, and we need to go down here. We're going to change that to wet. It's going to change our takeoff speeds. One way, let's see. Wind, let's see. Do I put the 257/17? Put that there? There we go. Alright, so we'll go back up here. So that gives us some new V speed. So V2 is now 150 instead of 149, so that changed a whole bunch. But our V1 speed, you notice, has decreased big time. Because of the wet runway, it's going to take us longer time to brake to stop. So we have a lower V1 speed now. So 150, which makes that 165 for our V2 plus 15. Initial climb altitude is going to be 4,000 according to the chart, so I'm going to set that now. And our heading, this is runway 24, which is, what is that, 237 it looks like? I went the wrong way, I don't care. Still fast. 237, there we go, okay. Okay, so we've done that. Let me pull up my, what do you call it, thing. What am I talking about? My checklist, that's what I'm trying to say. And we will be getting out of here very, very shortly. Don't you fret. We can do our TCAS test while we're waiting here.
TCAS test. Pass.
Wonderful. Okay. Okay. Alright, so pre-flight checklist. Oxygen we tested, and it's 100%. Navigation, transfer, and display switches are all normal and auto. Window heat is on, right there. Pressurization mode selector is set to auto. Flight instruments, heading is 239 on both sides, matches the compass, and our altimeter is set to 1019, QNH 1019, to give us a current altitude of about 1240. I see that on the standby as well as both PFDs, so we're good there. Parking brake is, well, now set. Engine start levers are in cutoff, and that concludes the pre-flight checklist. And we're going to move ahead to the before start checklist. Once I accomplish a few items here, let me go ahead and close our doors first of all. So let's do menu, NFS action, doors. We're going to close those, and we're going to close the cargo doors. Should close that one too, I suppose. And then when you get the APU firing up, so we can get off the ground power. So let's do that. And we'll turn on the fuel pump for that. And while that's coming over and that's doing its thing, let's get one hooking up. Prepare for pushback and departure. Let's just do straight pushback there. Not yet. They're supposedly supposed to be coming out with the 747-8. I don't know what the time frame is on that, but it's just going to be a derivative of the 400 with some tweaks to the model and things. So, hello Ali, by the way, and SSS Insurus. Hello, sir. How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Guys, make sure you hit that subscribe button, that like button. We're trying to get up to 50 likes today. I would appreciate hit that thing. You can also support the channel either by becoming a sponsor, or doing a super chat, or donating through Streamlabs, which is down in the description below. Alright, we've got our APU running and on, so we'll switch over to APU power. We've got the APU bleed there, and so I'm going to leave the packs off because we're going to start the engines here in just a second, so we don't need to worry about that. But now that the ground power has been disconnected, we can go down here to the ground connections. We'll disconnect the air and the pitot tubes, and we'll also remove the wheel chocks. That'll get him going for his business. Let's see. Those are all set and ready to go. Oh, you know what we didn't do is our briefing, so we should probably do that before we get too far along into this process. Yeah. Did you not ever open? I told you to open. Yeah, I did go in here. Why isn't it not still here? That's a good question. I don't know why. Sid.
Departure check completed.
Well, actually, let's look at our taxi first of all. Not that that's going to be very... where are you at? Alright, we're going to ignore him for a moment. Okay, so we're going to be going to runway 24, which taxiing out of here is really simple. We're basically over here on the gate ramp, which basically is right along taxiway Alpha. So we're going to take Alpha all the way to the end, basically to runway 24 for takeoff. So that's going to be real simple. The runway's nice and long. It's 13,123 feet, so we have no issue there. Let's take a look at the SID for our departure, which is the Rapport 5X, and what it calls for. So basically we're going to be taking off for runway 24, straight out 237 to 8 miles from Luxembourg VOR, and then we're going to turn to intercept the 265 radial from the Luxembourg VOR, and we should intercept that around the D19 mark, DME 19, and we should be at or above flight level 6,000 at that point. Continue on down to Tilv and be above flight level 80 or 8,000 feet at that point. And then we continue on basically to Rapport, and there's no more altitude restrictions. There's no speed restrictions that I can see. So very simple, very simple. Yeah, quiet you. Our MSA for the area, basically looking at an MSA of 3,400 feet. So if we do have any issues after V2 and takeoff, we'll want to get above that. So we'll aim for at least 4,000 feet, which is our initial climb anyway. And we'll swing back around to the to the left, since we'll be making a right turn otherwise. That'll just distinguish us as going back to runway 24 for landing if we have a problem. The weather, like we found out, is 257 at 17. Current ATIS is Gulf. We've got visibility of 4, broken clouds at 700 feet, altimeter is 92.8, and altimeter 1019. That I think that covers pretty much everything. We are going to be, we do have a wet runway, so we're mindful of that, and we will be, we have our lower V speed as a result of it. So, okay, so that's that. I'm not going to release the parking brake yet. You're just going to have to wait there, pal. All right, so before start checklist, flight deck door is closed and locked. Fuel is 121.7. Passenger signs are on, windows are closed and locked. MCP is set, V2 plus 15 right here, 165. Runway heading 237, and initial altitude climb 4,000. Let's see here. Takeoff speeds are... Where do they go? V1 is 123, VR is 141, and V2 is 150. CDU pre-flight is complete. Rudder and aileron trim is free and 0 back there. Taxi and takeoff briefing is stated, and anti-collision light is now coming on. And with that, we will release the brake for 1.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start that wheel.
Alright, 1, you're all set. Alright. Where do you install your aircraft? I'm not sure I understand the question. In-flight simulator. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and turn on all the fuel pumps now to start. Do we have anything in the center? Yes, we do. So, get those center pumps on. And we'll go ahead and turn number 2. Packs are already off for turnaround, so there we go. You flew yesterday from Gibraltar to Schiphol? In real life or in simulator? Dutch flight. Alright, that's enough for that. Fuel on. So don't pay attention. How much did your PC cost? I have no idea. I didn't buy it straight away. I bought it over the years and upgraded it over the years. It was a custom build that I did myself, so honestly, I don't know anymore. It was all bought piecemeal, so the best way to kind of gauge how much it would have cost would be to look at the parts list based on the specs that are on NightBot and kind of part it out. Obviously, they were bought, a number of years ago, so the most recent purchase for my computer was the graphics card, the GTX 970. So that was probably about a year ago now, I think. So, Kazakvo, Privyet Tovarish. How are you doing, sir? Alright, we're ready to start 1. Turning 1.
Unlocking gear.
Tim, you are here. Good to see you, and thank you for taking that. Alright, fuel on at number 1. And we got light up. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Kazakvo. The flu is never fun.
Left is clear. Right is clear.
Never fun. Looks like the rain has stopped, but we still got wet conditions out here, so we'll keep on with that. Start valve should close. There it goes. We'll set RTO. Go ahead and turn on our pitos at this point, and we'll turn on all our hydraulic pumps. Engine bleeds can come on. Generators can come on. And APU can go off. Dome light can go off as well. Okay, Okay, flaps down to 5. And trim set to 4.59. What about in there? Okie dokie. Flaps coming down. Taxi lights on. Anti-collision's already on. Vortex checklist. Generators are on. Probe heat is on. Anti-ice is not required today. Isolation valve is set to auto. Engine start switches are continuous. Now they are. And yeah, recall is blank. We'll check it. Make sure. Yep, good to go. Engine start levers are idle descent. And flight controls. Oh yeah, we gotta check our flight controls. I just forgot about that. So used to getting these versions of 7.3 that don't have the ability to do it. Alright, so 2 up, 1 down. 2 up, 1 down. 2 down. 2 up. Neutral. Rudder left. Neutral. Rudder right. Neutral. Flight controls checked. Alright. My day is going very well. Thank you, Future Roll Gamer. How are you doing? Stream started a little afternoon. Probably about, by the time I finally got talking to you guys, probably about 12:05 or so. Something like that. So, it's been a little, took a little longer getting set up because I wasn't quite ready to go because I only had a half an hour to get things rolling today. So, that's okay. Here we go. Oh, and now the rain's back. Now the rain is back. I can see clearly now, the rain is back. Due to visibility, I can't see any of the obstacles in my way. Alright. Let's get us a moving. Let's get out of rainy Luxembourg. Head down to Gibraltar. Gibraltar. Then, flight director can go on. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board WestWind Flight 1313. This is your captain speaking from the cockpit. Just want to welcome you today. Flight time today is about 2.5 hours or so to Gibraltar. We expect pretty smooth sailing once we're in the air and get past this rainy weather. So make sure you sit back, relax, buckle up, and enjoy the flight. If you have any issues, please don't hesitate to call one of our very skilled flight attendants, and they'll be happy to assist you. Bryce Rogerson, we are going to Gibraltar. And if you type exclamation point route, you'll get the current route. Yeah, so live streaming, here's the thing with live streaming. You need a computer that's powerful enough to run your flight simulator and then also powerful enough to run the streaming software if you're going to do it all on one computer, which at the moment I am. I'm about ready to make the jump to upgrade my existing computer big time, and I'll use the guts from this one to basically build the stream computer. So they will be separated, which will give a lot more power to FSX and prepared, and allow me to not have to use any of that computing power for the stream. Because it does take a toll, so yeah, especially since FSX is very processor heavy, and so is the encoding. So Tim, what's STES PA volume? Not sure I'm understanding. Magic. It's something I set up in OBS, which is my stream software, to be able to be able to create the illusion of having a PA. It's not something in Flight Simulator. It's not something you can download. It's something I created myself using scene commands in OBS. So. kind of a cool effect. Normally you'd have to do that kind of a thing in post, but because we're live streaming, I can't do that. So I figured out a way to do it on the fly because I'm clever like that. Ah, I gotcha. Okay, so we're just about ready to get onto the runway here. Let's turn our TCAS all the way on at this point. Let's make sure the weather radar is functioning. So we're going to do weather right there, and we're going to move that down to... Nope, not that. How did I do that the other day? I did that on the 7.4... Oh, like that. There we go. I want to hit this as traffic. Alright, before takeoff, checklist flaps are 5 green light, and stabilizer trim is 4.59. We are ready to go. What the heck? Why did I keep going away? Should not do that. Graph is still doing some reset things when I exit out of it, but okay. It's not too bad. Alright. Sounds good. As we get on TeamSpeak here in a little bit, you can tell us all about it. Alright, landing lights on. Strobes on. Nope, not V or V now. It's not going to be doing it anyway. Okay, here we go. Takeoff power set. I'm taking off in the rain. Just taking off in the rain. V1.
V1. Rotate. V2.
Ooh. Alright. Positive rate, gear up. Alright, arm VNAV. Flaps 1. And we're coming up on our 4,000, so we're going to go ahead and move that all the way up. Flaps out. What are you doing? I thought we got in there fast enough for that, but apparently not. Doesn't matter, flight director 2 is only for the other guy. I don't have him. I only need my flight director on. And there's transition altitude, so we'll switch over. And we're coming up on our turn here. Let's zoom that in a little bit. Alright, go ahead and pull the gear down. Set that to off. We're going to pull the engines off of continuous. Turn off the taxi lights. And as we pass 10,000 feet, we'll turn off the landing lights. And there's 10,000, landing lights off. Let's double check, make sure our looks like our packs and everything are working good, so that's good. Pressurization is going as I like to see it. Go ahead and zoom that out a little bit more. Tim, Odin, did you not see Tim's comment to you? Because he's going to give you the same answer I'd give you. You put it in your aircraft folder, your sim objects folder in FSX. Let me go ahead and get TeamSpeak going here, because we can do that at this point. Yeah, not now. Connect. And there's Tim. Screen 2. Oh, Raptor's playing stuff. Okay, and screen 1. So we're going to go to, oh, not screen. That's not what I want. Live stream room 2 is where we're headed. Switch channel. Alright, TeamSpeak's up. We're in live stream room 2, so if you want to come join us, you can do that. Cruising altitude is 35,000 feet. Look up the chat list there a little bit. Tim directed it at you actually specifically. See what he said. See if that answers your question. And if it doesn't, try to rephrase so we understand what you're talking about. Switch that to legs. Switch this to... no, not that way, we're not. Progress. There you go. I was waiting for... Alright, you just posted it again, so there you go. Alright, after takeoff checklist, engine bleeds are on, packs are auto, landing gear is up and off, and flaps are up, no lights. See, I don't like that. Alright guys, if you're just joining the stream, make sure you hit that like button and that subscribe button if you haven't already. I would appreciate it. You can also donate to the channel using Super Chat. You can be a sponsor, which if I get one more sponsor, I can create a custom emoji. That'll be kind of cool. And you can also use Streamlabs to donate if you want to do that too. So either way, I appreciate it. Not required, but always appreciate it. And we're just getting going here. We're climbing up out of Luxembourg. We're headed for Gibraltar, passing 16,500 feet. And we'll be at cruising altitude in no time. Sit back, relax, enjoy the flight. Captain Tim, how's it going, man?
Oh, it's early morning, but I'm doing fine. How you doing?
Early morning? It's afternoon now.
Yeah, no, I just got an early morning.
Oh, I see. Gotcha.
Had a little problem out of Midway that I had to go to attend.
Gotcha. Oh, it was Union. I see.
Yeah, we had a 757 flying the Oklahoma City Thunder, the NBA team, into Midway last night, and they had a bird strike right on the nose of the aircraft.
Oh.
Dented it. Actually took out the radome.
Oh, gosh. Goodness. Well, that's fun.
Yeah, I didn't do anything to the airplane. Yesterday, Sun Country stranded my Spartans in East Lansing, so they had the bus over to Chicago.
Oh, good grief. Well, isn't that fun? Well, speaking of team charters, so yesterday after the VATSIM flight and after I got some dinner in me, I had some time finally, so I sat down with Photoshop and I'm about halfway done creating a special livery for my Jags on the 7.4. So I'll show you guys all that when it's done. It's coming out pretty nicely so far.
I tell you, it's got a weird-looking airplane as the Patriots.
They do, and so I'm making sure mine doesn't look stupid like theirs.
It's creative, but not exactly aesthetically pleasing.
Exactly. So, Andrew the Gamer Boy, we're not that far into flight. We're still in climb out, so we're only about 5 or 10 minutes or so into the flight. Just passing 20,000 feet. Boss 1, how's it going? When I taxi on the ground, I use the rudder pedals to do it because that's how FSX for the most part takes care of taxiing is with the rudder, which is not. I mean, it's obviously not how they do it in the real world, but that's how FSX has done things. There's some newer aircraft that actually you can assign a joystick or something to nose wheel steering
Just call it the
option.
tiller.
The tiller, there you go. And you can do it that way, and so that's cool. But those are few and far between. So
Yeah, it's very limited on taxi on a real aircraft for nose wheel gear. It's about 9 degrees either side of center.
right. Yeah, so Odin, did that answer your question as far as what Tim was telling you about where to install the aircraft? I'm assuming that's all you needed. I don't know how else to read into that question, but I assume that's what you're looking for. I would assume.
Yeah, I just hope it's a full aircraft instead of trying to install textures. Then it gets a little more involved.
Yeah, exactly, because you got to go into your aircraft CFG and make sure you assign it to the right folder and the whole nonsense.
Yep.
It's always fun. Ooh, got a little bit of turbulence going on here. A little wind stuff. I was going to turn the seatbelt sign off, but I will not do that quite yet.
Well, Michigan State's leading 7-0, but it looks like a big defensive battle over Evanston for my Spartans, and Penn State's beating Ohio State right now, 7-zip, I think.
Oh, okay.
They ran the opening kickoff back for a touchdown.
Ooh. That's always fun. I'm going to the Fresno State game tonight. We're going to be playing UNLV. So hopefully we win again. I've got pretty good seats. They're not quite as spectacular as the front row 50-yard line, but they are pretty close to 50. They're about row 17, so we're not too far back. So it should be quite fun. That game's at 7, so I gotta get out of here by 6 for that. So how's everybody else's weekend so far? For those of you that are either in TeamSpeak or on chat, let me know. How's it going? By the way, hello JetBlue, I see you there, Andrew.
Yeah, hello.
How's your weekend going so far?
Pretty good. How about yourself?
It's doing pretty well. Spent the morning setting up a computer for a lady in our church. Got that all taken care of, and now I'm flying to Gibraltar.
I've been trying to find a Vets in Blue livery for the Project Airbus, and I haven't been even lucky.
Vets in Blue?
Vets in Blue. It's the those JetBlue livery where they honor the veterans, basically.
Oh, okay. You say VATSIM, I'm thinking like VATSIM, like the online controlling thing. But I'm pretty sure that the real world doesn't have any liveries for VATSIM. But I know what you mean now. Well, Kramer, sometimes that's just awesome to just have to do absolutely nothing. So once you become an adult, it's harder and harder to find some of those opportunities sometimes. So Enjoy them while you can. So in chat, Bryce, just type in exclamation point and the word route all together. In fact, someone else might even do it for you. And that'll display the route. Yeah, Tim's going to do it for you. There you go. So your NightBot comes up and shows you my flight number, where we're going, the aircraft type, the route, and the flight level. Roger, Jose, you're down in South America, right?
Oh, I see you're flying WestWind again.
Yeah, I'm doing a WestWind flight today. I wasn't sure which livery I wanted to do, and I thought, you know what? I haven't done a lot of WestWind flying. I did it yesterday for the VATSIM one, but I thought I'll do it again today. You got no space there, Bryce, between exclamation point and route. You don't need the capital. I don't know if the capital will matter, but just exclamation point, no space, just route. In fact, you'll see those commands. They're all listed out down below in the video description, and they'll show you what commands are available to have NightBot tell you. It's basically just a way for me to have people pull up the information themselves without me having to repeat it every time someone's curious. Because I get the same question over and over and over again. It gets kind of ridiculous for me. So, do I click on the channel? No. So did you see how Tim OL did the route? Just look up in chat and see, because Tim did it right after you asked the first time. He's gonna do it again right now too.
You know, I'm not seeing the exclamation point descriptions in the
oh really?
description. Yeah, I'm not seeing that.
Did those get deleted? Maybe I did.
Oh, negative. I see it. I was looking for blue.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say I don't remember deleting them. But...
My bad.
All right, good deal. All right, at this point we'll go ahead and turn the seatbelt sign off for the passengers. You are now free to move about the cabin. As we hit another little bump. Just about to pass 30,000 feet here. Coming up on our top climb.
What's the time en route today?
Time en route's about 2.5 hours. According to the progress page as of now, we're about 912 miles out. Arrival time at 15:25 Zulu. It's currently 13:20 Zulu right now, so we're just right about 2 hours at this point.
That's interesting. I thought it'd be longer or shorter.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like when I was thinking about it, it seemed like a shorter flight too. But then I looked down on the map, like on Google Earth, and I'm like, oh, I guess that is actually a good stretch. When it first came up on SimBrief, their estimate initially was 3 hours and like 15 minutes. I'm like, what? And so I mapped it on Google. I'm like, that's only 900 some odd miles. There's no way that should be 3 hours. And then once it was all said and done, it changed it to 2.5. So.
I always see Europe as being a smaller
yeah.
geography than the U.S.
Right. Well, and in a lot of ways, I mean, depending on where you're flying to in Europe, there's so much that is close together. But if you go from kind of one end to the other kind of thing, you can get, especially with, Spain, the peninsula kind of jutting away, it actually does kind of add up. Kind of easy to forget that it is bigger than it kind of seems. Well, that's all there is to it, Bryce. I'm not sure what you're looking. Are you looking to try and track me? Is that what you're trying to do? Because that's not my route. That's an ability to track, and that's not going to happen because I'm not flying online in any capacity. So I'm not trackable in that sense. It's not like VATSIM.
You could track me yesterday.
Hang on. We got an alert. What's going on?
Somebody forgot to turn their packs on.
I had the packs on.
Sure said?
Nope, they're not on. I thought I had the packs on. My bad. I could have sworn I turned those on. Oh, I had the bleeds on. That's what I had done. I left the packs on. Alright. Alright, well that'll right itself. Yeah, what did the cabin get to? 10,000 feet? Yeah, passengers are going, why is it so hard to breathe? Alright, that'll come back down. Let's see where to, yeah, so Bryce, yeah, see, what do you mean by see where you're going? You want it on the map? Like, I can show you, I can do this for you. Bring this over. So this is SimBreeze, this is our flight plan. So we took off here from Luxembourg and we're flying down here to Gibraltar, which is the tip of Spain here. So that's our route. And so yeah, you can see it's, you know, when you get down to it, it actually is quite a good haul if you think about it. It would have been longer obviously going to Tel Aviv, but it's still a good haul this way too. So but yeah, so that's our route. Luxembourg to Gibraltar, and our alternate there is Malaga if we have to divert. So hopefully that helps answer what you're looking to see. Oh, there goes our center tanks. Turn those off. Alrighty, guys. Hit that like button and subscribe button for me. We need to get that up to 50. All right.
Get the weather overlay on that?
On the PFD? Or on
no,
the
Sim. On the SimBreeze.
SimBreeze? Not, I don't think, maybe it does. Let me look at it again here.
Yeah, bring it up. I'll show you where it's at.
Oh, yeah. Here we go. Well, there's that. Significant weather, which is nothing, apparently. There's the
Forget
wind
about
map.
the delay in the video to the YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this.
Yeah, so it looks like, I mean, that's interesting. According to this, there's, I feel like there should be something there. Is this supposed to be like a satellite view? I don't know what that is.
SIG weather.
Oh, that didn't come with anything either. That's just, oh yeah, there we go. That was back behind me. That's why I didn't see it. Yeah. Yeah, so nothing, no significant for where we're going. It's all back here.
Really? Yeah, it was
this.
snowing this morning in Columbus, Ohio.
Oh, really?
Yeah, college game day. I was like, oh, better you than me.
Exactly. So.
Nothing showing in SIG weather, huh?
Well, no, it is showing, but it's behind me. It's over Germany and Hungary and Austria, that area.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Nothing on the route is my point.
No, that's surprising.
So, you showing different somewhere?
No. I'm just thinking European fall weather in October, November is quite dicey at times.
Yeah. Yes, it can be. It can be.
All of Austria is pretty much covered.
Yeah. Yeah, most of Germany, actually, too. Speaking of Germany, so they're releasing that new, the new Wolfenstein game.
Oh, yeah.
And I was looking at, someone posted one of the videos for I guess, between missions or whatever it is, you know, they'll have those little video things, and it was like Hitler trying to get actors to act something, and that was wow. he's all like hungover and throwing up and shooting people, and it was just nuts. I'm like, who wrote this? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, the original Castle Wolfenstein was fun.
Yeah, I remember playing the original Castle. In fact, I have a newer version of that even from, you know, several years ago. That was actually quite a lot of fun too. I mean, it never really gets old, you know, killing Nazis, I guess. So.
Yeah, it's come a long way, I tell you, with the graphic development.
Oh, amazingly a long way.
Of course, considering my first flight simulator was the TRS-80.
Yeah, so that's come a long way too. I hear, Odin, that it is pretty easy to install an X-Plane. I've never done it, so I don't know, but...
The X-Plane is real easy. Just put the folder in the airplane folder.
Yeah, there you go.
That's basically the same thing for FSI too.
It's pretty much the same. It depends on what you're... I mean, it depends on the... what all comes with the aircraft and how well they packaged it. I mean, some of them are really easy. Back in the day, some people would actually do the full install. It installs like a program and does it all for you. Some people, you know, oh, you got to put this gauge in this folder and this thing in this folder and this module over here, and if you don't do that all right, then something breaks. And generally, it's as simple as just put the aircraft folder in the sim objects airplanes folder, and you're good to go. But at the end of the day, you got to read the README and hope they wrote it in such a way that makes sense. Yeah, Roger. Yeah, it was quite interesting. It was a long clip too. I was kind of surprised it was taking as long as it was, and then as it was. I mean, they show Hitler. I mean, he's obviously, you know, old and tired and having health problems, and so he's like urinating on the floor and then throwing up on the floor. It's just like, what the heck? Makes him all seriously paranoid, which he probably was. I mean, the man was crazy. You kind of have to be to decide to try and exterminate an entire people.
You love that paint job.
It is very nice, isn't it? One of my better paint jobs, I think.
It was a good flight yesterday too.
That was a lot of fun. Yeah, we need to do that again soon because that was a lot of fun. What I do need to figure out is, and I was going to try and figure that out today, but then I only got on here half an hour before I was going to start streaming, so I didn't have time. But is there a button that can be set up in TeamSpeak to mute it? And same thing with vPilot, just, you know, on temporary kind of basis, because it can get kind of, when I know I'm not being talked to and they're talking to 8 other pilots and it's all loud and noisy, it'd be nice to be like, bloop, nope, I know you're not talking to me, just for a moment, you know, kind of thing.
Yeah, I turned down the volume on the actual YouTube feed, and there is I was looking for the same thing. Yeah, in the upper menu bar, there's let me play with it here. Yeah, mute speaker headphones.
Is this on vPilot or TeamSpeak?
TeamSpeak.
Okay.
Yeah, I tend not to talk below 10, so.
Oh, I see the mute. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, so I'm sure there's a button I could assign for that, because I just bloop, hit that momentarily. And yeah, because it never fails because of the time delay, too. Some people start talking over the, you know, there was one point where I was getting clearance from the ATC guy for something, and he's hard enough to understand. Then I got the TeamSpeak guy trying to talk over the top of that. Like, oh, gosh. Just adds another dimension of nutsiness, but that was a lot of fun having the a group of us do that and fly somewhere. So I think we're gonna do that a lot more often. That was a lot better experience than trying to do it on, because we tried to do something similar to that a while back on FSX multiplayer, and it just didn't. No, it was bad. There's so many hiccups and things with the FSX multiplayer that does not work well. So that worked pretty seamlessly.
Yeah, I was just looking at vPilot, and I didn't see anything in there for getting the microphone or headphones.
Gotcha. Gibraltar is, well, from where we took off, it's about 970 some odd nautical miles. We're currently, let's see where we are right now. We are currently 807 nautical miles from our destination. So, to give you some perspective there. Top of descent's about, looks like just under 700 miles away.
Of course, you could just show the progress page and let them sort it out.
I could. Where's the fun in that? You're
use your tools.
You're assuming people can read. I find in this day and age it's a grand assumption.
Yeah, that's true.
Unfortunately.
Have you been following, speaking of things that are disheartening, have you been following on YouTube the Delta has a reality series on flight attendant classes?
I think I saw something of that nature just the other day, because I wasn't aware of it until I didn't know it was a series. I thought it might just been a highlight video, but
yeah, I couldn't believe it. Did a guy who showed up day 2 late and without his proper uniform, i.e. wasn't wearing a watch.
Oh gosh.
Which is a requirement.
Uh-huh.
And in the old days, that would have been grounds for an expulsion.
And nowadays they probably just, oh, make sure you do it next time.
Don't make it a habit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we're so lax in everything nowadays, and everyone wonders why things are constantly getting screwed up. Gee, I wonder why.
You ever figure out the heads-up display on this aircraft?
Well, you mean like how to work it?
Yeah.
Just like that.
Well, there's that thing in the center console as well. On the pedestal.
Oh, for this thing. Yeah, no, I have not done that. That's right. Yeah, I should try and learn that at some point.
I haven't played with it yet either. Of course, the only plane that we have on the airline that has that is the 900. The 800s don't have that.
Gotcha. Yeah, MP, this is Microsoft Flight Simulator X, also known as FSX. This is the Steam Edition one, which is basically the same thing as the box edition, but with some under-the-hood programming tweaks that Dovetail did to kind of optimize some things. I don't generally use the HUD, no. I mean, primarily because most aircraft I fly don't have one, so I figure why rely on it when I'm not going to be able to use it most of the time. I mean, I can see my instruments just fine, just glancing down, like pilots have done always. So, symbols. Oh, doesn't like the word HUD. Okay, whatever. Yeah, so I mean, I don't usually fly fighter aircraft either. I'm not into the military aviation stuff as much. That's Encrypted's world. He loves that stuff. I mean, he's in the military, so he would be more attached to it. So it's just not something that we deal with really in the civilian side of things as much, except for, you know, some newer aircraft now that have it. I mean, at the end of the day, it's the ability to put the instruments. I mean, it could do some other things too, I'd imagine, but the primary objective, I mean, if you pull this thing down, what it's basically doing is it's giving you your PFD just right in front of you, overlaid on what you're seeing, so that way you don't have to be looking around for all that information down here. You can get it right here, and just means you can keep your eyes on your target. It's a lot more important in a fighter because, you know, they have to actually be attacking and everything's happening a lot faster because they're at much higher speeds, and in dogfight situations and stuff, it's necessary. You don't want to be looking down and looking back, you lose sight of your target. And that's a big deal. In an aircraft, the thing you're going to lose sight of is going to be the runway, but it's not moving. So, generally speaking, you're the only one that's moving, so it's not as a critical tool. It's more of just a help, an assist. In a fighter jet, it's a lot more of a necessity. And that's how I feel about that.
Yeah, the HUD's nice for situational awareness if you know how to use it and you can read it real quick, but it's symbology you're not used to when you haven't worked with it for a while. It definitely adds to the load.
Right. And so for me, that's where I would be at, so it's like, why?
(10-7) Michigan State.
Oh. Were you on here when I had my little rant about anti-aliasing?
Yeah, I've been on here. Actually, I was on here before anybody even logged into the chat, so actually I was number one.
Oh, okay.
Like I said, if I got nothing to say, I'm not going to jump in there.
Yeah, first. Yeah.
Do you use NVIDIA Inspector, or are you using the onboard anti-aliasing?
No, it's NVIDIA Inspector. I used to use the onboard until I discovered NVIDIA Inspector and realized I could take a lot of the workload off of my off of the game by doing it through the card that way instead of doing it through the thing. So
yeah, NVIDIA Inspector is amazing.
Yeah, no. Once I discovered that thing, I was able to get all kinds of more stuff out of my sim than I could before. It's great. What's interesting though, in doing some research, it looks like with P3D, they say don't as far as the anti-aliasing at least, they say don't bother doing it through NVIDIA Inspector. It actually works better through the game interface for that one now. I guess whatever they did in optimizing it, they were able to get it better that way, just for the anti-aliasing. But
yeah, they've done some amazing things with X-Plane on 11.
So yeah. But yeah, I see videos posted of people that clearly have anti-aliasing turned off, and I just don't know how people do it in this day and age of graphics. I'm going, I just can't stand it. It just looks so bad to me.
Picky, picky, picky.
Yep, I am. I'm a graphics snob.
I remember with my TRS-80, we didn't even have graphics.
Well, exactly. I mean, you adjust for the time, obviously. I mean, we didn't think anything of that. We thought the graphics were great when, I mean, take Wolfenstein, for example. You know, we're playing the first editions of that. You know, that was amazing graphics. because we didn't have anything to compare. I mean, we didn't have anything better. That was good for the time.
You know, the first game that really caught my attention as far as graphics was concerned was Myst.
Oh yes, absolutely.
It had incredible graphics.
It did. Of course, they were all, stills, but yeah, no, that was I loved that game as a kid. That was cool. Some of it was really frustrating, but it was really nice to look at.
And now it's incredible. You look at GTA 5, and I'm like, good heavens.
Yeah. Oh goodness. Yeah. Odin Bold. No, we're not going to Germany. We're going to Gibraltar. It does start with a G, but it's a different area entirely. Gibraltar is down at the Rock of Gibraltar, is the famous big rock right at the entrance of the entrance of the Mediterranean, basically the Straits of Gibraltar, where the Atlantic meets the Mediterranean, right there on the tip of Spain. So that's where we're going. We're going south through France right now, and then we'll be crossing south through Spain down to the very tip there to Gibraltar. Germany is to the east of us, and we will not be touching Germany at the moment. We will be going to Germany at some point. Again, we went to Frankfurt a few weeks ago. Still want to make a stop in Munich at some point, and probably a stop in Berlin as well. Before we finish our European tour. So we're not done with Germany, but we have been there once already at least.
Remember Gibraltar and Das Boot?
Yes.
That's good.
That is a good movie. I just think every time I hear, all I think of when I hear that is it's a long way to Tipperary. Oh, listening to like they're in the British Navy. Cracks me up. Das Boot. Hirogima, I am very well. How are you? Good to have you with us today. We are flying to Gibraltar. Not Germany, as it may be confused with, apparently. The moon over there.
You know, the other movie with Gibraltar, and I think it was one of the Bond flicks.
Yes, I believe so. I'm trying to remember which one, though.
It was like about 10 years ago, the Royal Marines were having exercises, military exercises.
Mm-hmm.
They threw out their navigation, and this company, Royal Marines, invaded Spain.
Whoops.
Spain has no sense of humor about that. Them and the British over Gibraltar is just not good.
Yeah, it's kind of like the Chinese in Hong Kong back before they gave it back, kind of thing. Everything's the same
Argentina
thing.
and the Falklands.
Yeah, well, yeah, and that's still an issue. Yeah. Did you watch Top Gear with the when the old guy, the Jeremy Clarkson and Hammond and May were still on it?
No.
Oh, okay. They did one of their. It was one of their last seasons of Top Gear before BBC basically fired Clarkson, and then he went to Amazon with Hammond and May, and they're doing a grand tour now. Great show, by the way. If you have any appreciation of British humor, it's a fantastic show. But they went to Argentina, and they had their license plates had some at least one of them had a very kind of mild reference to the Falkland conflict back in the 80s, and they got run out. I mean, there was a big old incident. They had to once they got into town enough and people figured out what that said, it did not go well. There was a big to do trying to sneak them back out of the country. Basically, it was not good.
Yeah, some things you don't want to tweak.
Yeah, some things you just stay away from. Oh, it was The Living Daylights was the Bond film with Gibraltar.
That's it, yeah.
Timothy Dalton as Bond.
Yeah, I knew it wasn't Connery or Frederick.
Yeah. I do have Flight Radar 24. Well, I have the app. I mean, I don't. It's not really paid or anything. It's just, you know, you can go to the website. But yeah, no, it's that's a fun one to get. In fact, I was there's a series on. I think it was a PBS series originally. I found it on. I think it was on Amazon Prime that I saw it on, and called People of the Sky, or yeah, I think People of the Sky, and it was basically a feature looking at the million plus people that are, you know, flying at any given time around the world, and all the stuff it takes to get them there. So it looks at the airport and the design of airports, the airplane, the fueling, it just takes all the different fast stuff. It was a really well done show.
Was it that one or City in the Sky?
Maybe it was City in the Sky. That's what it is. City in the Sky. I think it was something in the sky. Good call. City in the Sky. And so anyway, so I was watching it, and they mentioned something about flying overhead. So I pulled out my phone and just happened to look at what was nearby at the time. And actually going right over the top of me at that point was Emirates A380 from LA taking off, going back. And it hadn't even, I mean, considering the time, the amount of distance it covers, it was actually pretty impressive. It hadn't actually reached its cruising altitude yet of 33,000 feet. It reached it right over my house. Like, I stepped outside, and it was still, you know, you could clearly see it. You know, it was A380 from that altitude. It was about 31,000 feet at that point, and just slightly there. I've been watching it on Flight Radar, and it reached its cruising altitude. Like right as I'm watching, I'm like, man, that's pretty hefty distance to finally reach your cruising altitude. It was climbing pretty slow, but when you're that big and that heavy laden to go that far, that's what happens. But it was just kind of cool to kind of, you know, oh wow, it's right over my house right now. LFB, is that no, what is LFBO? That's France. Is that Bordeaux? Is that LFBO? That's my guess. I'm gonna look it up, but I'm guessing Bordeaux. Oh no, it's Toulouse. That'd be a very, very short flight. Toulouse to Schiphol.
You know what I downloaded?
I guess not that short flight. I didn't realize Toulouse was in the southern part of France. Okay, never mind. That's a healthy route. Yeah, never mind. Anyway, what were you saying?
Which is why that Airbus ended up in the Med.
Yeah, that's true.
No, I downloaded Carenado's Cessna 550, the original Citation. I had the original one, and it was okay. I mean, it was short of the mark, and the FMS was all screwed up. But they actually did an update to it when they did the PMDD4, whatever it is. They updated the FSX one, so I figured download it. And actually, it's a pretty good sit finally.
Oh. So this is the 550 you said?
Yeah, the 550.
Okay.
Because I had the original, so I could just download the new one, the update for free. But
oh, nice.
You know, that languishing away here.
How much is that Citation? Do you know?
Actually, no. I think it was under 60 though.
Okay. It's Carenado, you said?
Yeah. I could be wrong. Yeah, I bought it like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go look.
Well, I'm looking too, so.
It's not like I'm busy.
Right. That's S550 Citation 2. Well, if you want to load the site, that would be helpful. There it goes. Buy now. $44.95. Okay, so it's like buying the It's like what the Jetstream was for PMDG.
Yeah. Graphically, it's great. And
Yeah, it looks really nice.
System-wide, it's a simple airplane in reality, in real life, so they really didn't have to do a lot. The navigation system, they got like a $5 or $7 add-on that gets the FMS, Navigraph, and everything. Don't waste your money.
Got it.
It just destroyed my frame rates.
That's helpful. Well, that's cool.
If you like early model BizJet, that's the one.
Yeah, okay. Alright, so yeah, it does look very nice.
That's good for 2-3 hour trips.
Yeah. Cool. So here, Game, to answer to your question, though, it's very possible I'll do it. I probably won't be the next one because the next flight we do will be out of Gibraltar. So I try to keep it where we go from one airport to the next, to the next, to the next. So so I'll kind of put that in the I'll put it in the hopper as far as routes to do, but it most likely will not be the next one. Oh my goodness, what is going on here? Oh, what airport is this? Oh my goodness, okay, I need to see if let me see if I can find a way to link this onto the stream, because you guys need to see this. This is hilarious.
I love how bad autopilot reacts when there's like minor turbulence.
Yeah, it depends. Yeah, sometimes that's the flight sim stuff not being able to compensate very well with. No, I want to save the video. I want to know where this thing is at. No, be quiet. Okay. Sorry, I'm talking to my phone. Because this is a Facebook post. Basically, it's this video. You know, I bet I can find it on YouTube now that I know what it looks like. Let's see. YouTube. Hey, look, I'm live. What do you know? Alright. Yep, that didn't take long. Okay. I gotta get the link for this. How does one do that? Seriously have to. Okay. Apparently so. Alright, stand by, guys. I'm gonna look this up really quick.
Well, 10-10 at the half for Michigan State Northwestern, and Ohio State's being beaten by Penn State 28-10 at the half.
Mm. Quiet. Sorry, there's an ad playing on this YouTube thing.
Passengers are restless.
They are. The chickens are restless. There we go. Alright, so I just posted a link in chat to a YouTube video. It popped up on my Facebook page. It's basically, this is goals for Juan, basically, if you ask me.
Need to lay off the caffeine.
You talking about this guy?
I saw that.
Yeah.
I'd be willing to bet he was a drum major at a Southern University.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. No, I am not curious about the 2018 Honda Fit. Thank you very much.
Oh God.
You watch the video?
Yeah. You know how there's a rare animation for the dancing marshaller?
Sorry, what?
You know how there's like a dancing animation for the marshal?
I did not know that,
If you,
actually.
like, yeah, if you park like extremely good, the marshal may dance.
Really?
They should have it like that. So when like you push back, there's a chance that happens.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think if I saw that as a pilot, I'd be going, what are you trying to tell me? And are you doing your job?
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, he's a wing walker, though, so he's not
Yeah, he's just... Right, yeah, you wouldn't see him. It's more for the pushback guy. What the heck?
Look, let me just put a quick link in the TeamSpeak.
Okay.
That's the dancing marshaller. That will happen if you get a good enough parking.
Let me see here. Whoa, yeah, do it. I don't care. Oh, that's awesome. Like how he's standing like right behind a pole.
Right.
Pole dancer.
Yeah. He's like, alright, now walking away. That's funny. Well, hello to you too.
The Redskins play the Cowboys tomorrow. That's going to be something.
That actually might be a good game.
Yeah. We're both 3-3, I believe. Yep.
Are you a Redskins or Cowboys fan?
Redskins.
Gotcha. Oh, that looks awful. Oh. Oh, that is terrifying. There is video of these crazy hiker people. They have strung a steel line, cable line, across this canyon, and they have a bunch of hammocks tied together on this thing, and they're all in these it's horrifying. It looks terrifying. Oh, no, thank you.
When you were talking about the Patriots charter plane, were you talking about the one that had the Super Bowl Lombardi trophies on the tail wing?
Yep, on the tail fin there.
Actually, there were two of them.
Patriots can't stop bragging about their Super Bowl wins. They just have to put it on their plane.
Exactly. Look at us. We got lots of money. We have 2 767s and Super Bowl trophies on them.
Yeah, Gillette's got money.
Yeah, a little bit. A little bit. The Captain Marcus 45. Thank you for subscribing, sir. Welcome aboard. Glad to have you with us. Just under an hour from top of descent. Actually, let's see what the weather doing in Gibraltar at the moment. I'm curious.
I was just thinking the same thing.
Lima, X-ray, Golf, Bravo, airport information, November 1950, Zulu, weather, wind 080 at 13, visibility 10, sky clear, temperature 192.17, QNH 1022, advise on initial contact, you have information, November, Lima.
Pretty stinking nice, actually. There'll be a runway 9 landing, which will be that's going to be the fun one. It'll be the end around. So make for a fun arrival.
Well, it's too bad you can't do the crosswind on that.
Yeah.
Especially if the wind's coming over the rock.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't Gibraltar the one with the monkeys?
Monkeys?
Yeah, okay.
I don't think so. At least not that I'm aware of. What monkeys are we talking about?
Give you a history lesson.
Okay.
Yeah, somebody owes me an apology.
For what?
Jump on Gibraltar monkeys on Google and you'll see.
Google what?
Gibraltar monkeys.
What the? It's the only wild monkey population in the European continent. What the heck?
I love how the British military is taking charge of them.
Those things are huge. Good God.
Animals. Wait, at present, some 300 animals in 5 troops occupy the upper rock. Oh. For raising the town members, all the damaged personal property. What's left is the rise. Little people's unheard of as a normal. Interesting.
Apparently they've got that, you know, if the monkeys leave Gibraltar, the British lose the rock or something like that. It's like the
it's
birds
like
at the
yes.
towers.
Yeah.
The things I teach you.
Yeah, well, you know, a good human is always learning. Let's see, 150. Look at this guy.
Isn't that like, I think it's like the 8 that's closest to our DNA? Like the closest in evolution that we have?
Closest, probably, yeah, but I think I think they have actually more chromosomes than we have, so that argument doesn't really, the whole thing about whether or not we evolved from them, we actually would have devolved if that's going to be the case, so.
I'm kind of holding out for swine myself.
There you go. Now the pig, actually, yeah, there's something about a pig and,
It's chimpanzees.
well,
We share about 99% of our DNA with chimpanzees.
yeah, it's that 1% though.
Yeah.
Well, if you're looking for the 1%, you can go on Spirit. They're over there.
Oh, there you go. Kramer, to answer your question, we would fill up about 12 737s, and we'd have to almost fill up another one. So we'd need 13 737s in classless configuration to hold all my subscribers.
Oh yeah, look at that. That's pretty darn close.
What's pretty darn close?
The chromosomes.
Oh, yeah. We're about 500 miles now from Gibraltar.
Gibraltar.
If you just joined us recently, make sure you hit that like button, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. I would appreciate it. We're working toward that goal of 2,500 subscribers. We've got about 2,090 roughly so far, I think. And trying to get 50 likes on the video today, so make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button.
You ever go to the Aviation Herald webpage?
Aviation Herald?
Yeah.
Nope. What is that?
It's a website.
Well, okay. Thanks, smart Alec.
That's not important.
Is it a newspaper specifically for aviation?
Well, it's not a newspaper, but it's a website that covers all incidences by date.
Oh, look at that. Oh, there's the reshaped nose cone. Oh, that's funny they call it a reshaped nose cone. They don't call it a bird strike? That's weird.
At the time, they weren't sure what it was.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's cool. Bird strike, another
Have you
57
guys ever
bird
been to
strike.
the National Air and Space Museum?
I have. It's very cool.
Yeah, I've been there once.
I have a plane I flew there.
Yeah, so you do.
That's when you know you're old.
Mm-hmm.
What plane?
747-200.
Yeah, that one lady that was on the what's it called?
Carlene.
Carlene, yeah, she flew that one too, she was saying.
Well, everybody flew it.
Oh, Encrypted's here.
Oh, Encrypted, how you doing, man?
Hey, bud. Just got back, actually.
From?
Dropped my truck off at the got my truck towed to the garage. I was asking to be fixed again.
What's wrong with it?
It won't turn over.
Oh. Starter?
Not the starter. That turns over. I'm talking like it won't ignite fuel.
It won't fire.
Combust.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it does turn over, it won't fire.
Are you flying again?
I am flying again. Why do you think I'd be on here?
I don't know, because you want to hang out with us?
Nah.
How are you today?
I'm doing fine.
Are you flying the CRJ or no?
Yes,
Who, what?
Yes, can Tim or me?
You.
That clears it up.
Right. I have the CRJ. I'm not flying it on stream because I can only fly it in P3D, which for frame rate purposes, and then P3D right now on the same computer does not play nicely when I have OBS open. It kills my frame. So I'm not going to fly it on stream until I finish upgrading my computer, which will happen in the next few weeks. But I do have it. Just can't really do anything with it. Dominic! Hello, sir.
What's going on, boys? How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Not too bad. I had a quick question for you. I'm not sure this is. I'm certain this isn't the right room.
Okay, go ahead.
It's the only room I can see that's active right now, I guess. But I downloaded a bunch of mods that I found on here, and I'm stuck at perpetual loading.
Mods for TeamSpeak or mods for a game?
Mods for Farming Simulator.
Oh, okay. Encrypted might be able to help you with that a little bit. He's actually a gatekeeper so for the TeamSpeak.
Let me see.
If you're second perpetual loading, this is the fact that you're too many mods.
Too many mods. Do I need to go into my mods folder and take some of them out, or what?
Probably, yeah. But generally speaking, anything with that is take them out and then put them back one by one and see if any one of them cause it to crash, or if it is just that you got too many of them.
All right, I'll clear my mods folder out and try re-downloading.
Alrighty, there you go.
Boys.
Kramer, yes, I do have a pool. Not sure what the reference is for that, but I do. Bryce, how much footage did we land? We are at 458 miles from touchdown. Hey, Dominic, if you can go ahead and activate push to talk, I'd appreciate it. Because I'm hearing myself twice.
Feedback.
Thank you, sir. So yeah, so we're 456 miles, nautical miles rather, from Gibraltar. And we're looking at an arrival time right now of 15:20, which is just about 3 minutes over an hour from now. So that's how far out we are. We're about 40 minutes from top of descent. So it gives you that. Yeah, the streams should be really nice and smooth with a new computer. That will be fantastic. I can't wait till that happens. I've got, I think, the money all set up now. I'm kind of going back and forth with some hardware decisions before I pull the trigger on exactly what I'm going to do. And then make sure it's all configured correctly, because I want to. If I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna go big or go home. Might as well. I've been buying the. I mean, for years I've bought the lower grade CPUs. I mean, they're fast speeds, but they're not the greatest when it comes to cache speeds and stuff like that. So they look good at first glance, but they're not great. And so now that I'm financially where I am, you know, I can afford to spend some bigger bucks and get a much beefier CPU and motherboard to go with it. So yeah, Bryce, I can do that. What do you want to see? Because there's a little bit of a delay, so just bear with me for a moment while I find it. There we go. Let's see, can I do... that's not going to do. I'm trying to get the sound back, but as soon as I click away from it, it's going to overlay it. So yes, I'm not sure what you're wanting to see. We're... let's see, what waypoint are we going toward right now? PPN. So we are currently... Let's see, where's PPN? Not that one. Oh, it's going to do stupid things for me, isn't it? Vasum. Ban. I don't think we're that far down now. PPN's got to be up here. Maybe? No? Maybe just down here. Of course, if it would actually do things. Let me try it over here, see if it responds better when it's not in the game. Ooh, it does. Corsica. Oh, they're Vassal. Where do I see Vassal? Oh, there's people. Okay, so I know where we are. So we just crossed PPN, which is right here. So we just ducked into Spain a little bit ago. It's the one that wouldn't show up, of course. So we're right up in here. We're en route to Vassum, which is right there. So. It gives you an update on where we are. We are now in Spanish territory. España. I love when these guys spell things with the U, like color and labor. There's one of these Aviation Herald things, Lufthansa A321 near Munich with an electrical odeur on board. It's great.
I like the Delta 75 in Salt Lake City with the bird ingestion.
Yeah.
Smelled like a bird.
Smells like chicken?
Apparently you have to close the bleed air after that.
Yeah, right? Oh, that's funny. No, I don't want to contact the Herald. Where is it? Oh, there. Click on that there. I tried to click on the eye. Yeah, forming cities. Just the bird stalled, recovered, bird regulated odor developed on board. Aircraft continued to roll. There's a flock of birds around.
The comments are funny afterwards on some of those write-ups. The other ones are just pathetic.
Fried chicken. Oh, we get a photo on this one. I feel like I've seen that picture before. Maybe not. The on the reshaped nose cone one, is that the actual thing, or is that just someone else's picture of a reshaped nose cone?
Hey Moose, quick question.
Oh no, I guess that's the actual one.
That's the actual one. Have you ever seen the I think it's the Boeing office right outside DC?
I've not. No.
Hold on. Yeah.
To answer your question, Bryce, we're going through Spain. Going down through Spain is generally how when we think of south, I always refer to it as down. It's no more correct than saying up, but yeah. So we're basically going to cover through all of Spain because Gibraltar's on the other end, from a north-south direction. Oliver, welcome to the stream, sir. Yeah, we're landing in about in about an hour. Just under an hour. I love the write-up on that reshaped nose cone, Tim. Oklahoma Thunder City players suspect something hit the nose of the aircraft. You think?
Well, it's either that or structural there.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's true. I mean, I suppose the airstream, if it's that bad, but yeah. Jeepers. I just find that funny. Somebody dunked. Oh gosh. Did you see the comment by Duh? Or by DRC,
Hey,
rather?
what time do you have it set on the sim?
What time do I have set on the sim? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
It's 14:24 Zulu sim time right now. Whereas in real life, it is 21:25 Zulu.
Late.
Actually, the guys up front would have no clue either because you can't see that.
Right.
I suspect it's probably Canadian Goose.
Yeah. Basketball did it. That's funny.
I think Juan did it on the push-in.
That's, you know what, that's probably a very likely thing. Got his baseball bat out there, just gets angry.
Threw a very old burrito at it.
So I'm assuming on here on this the guide for this, A I'm assuming is accident. I is incident, I'm guessing. C is casualty, I'm guessing. Maybe if there are actual deaths involved. Or injuries.
Crash.
Or crash. Okay, yeah.
Crash, accident.
Incident.
Incident.
What's the N?
News.
Oh, news. And R is...
It's reports, I guess. I don't know. I'm just reading this now on that website.
Yeah, I don't know. I just figured you'd been here before, so you might know some of this more than I do. I'm just...
Was anyone flying in FX during Hurricane Irma?
You mean flying like the real world weather kind of stuff, or what do you mean?
Yeah, like flying real world weather.
I don't know. I didn't. What's his name? The Flight Sim Deck did a video. It's on YouTube about landing with I think historical weather from Harvey in Texas somewhere. I don't know where he did it exactly, but so you can check that out. I've seen that. I didn't watch it.
I know someone who I think he flew to like Miami, completely forgetting that Hurricane Irma existed.
Someone forgot Hurricane Irma existed?
Yeah, he flew like I think he said he flew from like Boston to Miami, completely forgetting Hurricane Irma existed. So around when he got there, it was just like.
Whoops. MP, good to have you back, man. Yep. Wi-Fi will do that sometimes.
I'll be right back.
Okie dokie.
Same.
Are you guys gonna go have a chat together?
No, I'm gonna go fly right seat, Tim flying left seat. We're gonna just go fly to California if we can.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm waiting for you.
You know, don't get me wrong, that'd be really fun to do. Streaming a flight while you're on a flight.
Streaming a flight? You mean like streaming a flight simulator flight while you're flying? For real?
Exactly. Yep.
It'd be very meta.
And the funny thing is you fly the same exact flight you're flying.
Well, that'd be really meta.
You just record the landing and takeoffs, and then stay tuned. Here's the departure and the arrivals, just because I can't do the other two while flying. So, yay, there you go.
Look her up or down, you go take some eye drops.
Okie dokie. Hey.
Okay, so what is your map product and you use Moose?
What is my what?
Your flight planning stuff. I need to upgrade because my thing is not as reliable as it should be.
What do you use?
Online flight planner?
Oh. I use SimBrief online, which is simbrief.com, which is free. So I use that, and then in conjunction, is the right word, with Navigraph, which is not for, I don't use that for flight planning, but I use that for my charts and being able to understand what the SIDS and stars are and stuff like that. I'll also, if I get problems with, every once in a while I'll have an issue with SimBrief where, like today actually it happened, the route it gave me for the air rack set that I have, it said it didn't know what UQ 231 was between two waypoints, and so I went on to SkyVector and looked up where it should be, and it actually didn't exist. So I don't know why it was in there, but it was the UN 839 or 869 or whatever it is that comes up a number of times in my flight plan. So I just went in and replaced it because I found out what it was, verified it was the right one between those waypoints, and swiped them out. So I'll use SkyVector occasionally to just verify or to change the routing a little bit if I need to because something screws up. But about 98% of the time SimBrief is spot on, so it's not necessary.
Yeah.
But it's nice because then you can put your, give it your weight and balance stuff, and it'll calculate your fuel load for you. And again, that's generally pretty accurate. It's depending on the modeling of the plane, like it does good with the PMDGs because they're so well modeled with their fuel burn statistics. But if you get an aircraft that's a little more not so, like some of the Captain Sim aircraft, for instance, you kind of have to fly a few flights and figure out percentage-wise, hey, SimBrief's giving me generally, 10% less fuel than it should be, or 10% more fuel than it should be, and so you can go into SimBrief and set for that aircraft settings of the fuel burn and say, nope, decrease the fuel consumption rate by such and such, or increase it by such and such. So that way you can account for it, but you kind of have to figure that out on your own if it's off. So. But like I said, generally speaking, it's pretty close. The one you were using, it was called Online Flight Planner?
Yeah, it has formatting for a lot of aircraft.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I discovered SimBrief, I think probably about 2 years ago, maybe. And I love it. It's great because it does all kinds of stuff. So, MP, this is WestWind. It's my virtual airline. Not my personal virtual, it's the virtual airline I fly for. So this is our 20-year livery. Actually, I did paint this, though. I do a lot of aircraft painting, so... I was telling people earlier, Encrypted, I just did a, well, I'm in the process of last night doing a custom livery for my Jacksonville Jaguars.
Oh boy.
Yep. It will look better than that stupid New England Patriots 767. With their gaudy Lombardi trophies on the tail.
You're doing that on a 7.4?
Yeah. Because I can.
I was gonna say.
Because I can. Yeah, the last time I saw, I mean, I don't know what they've done recently. When they went to London back in, I think it was week 3, they chartered it was a Virgin Atlantic A340 to cross the pond.
Nice.
But I'm curious what they use for their in-state stuff. I saw that American dropped a number of teams for the NFL teams from charters, and Jacksonville was one of them. And then United had dropped 2 as well. I don't remember what the teams were, but I know the Cardinals were another one that got dropped.
We do a bunch of
For
them
one
in
of them.
Delta.
Yeah, apparently. So I don't.
We got special 7.5s that are outfitted for it.
Oh, gotcha. What's the is just the class layout different, or like what's the speciality?
Class layout is different.
Gotcha.
Catering is different.
Yeah, I wonder what I could probably go back and look in the history records for FlightAware and see, because they did Indianapolis was last week. If I can find that.
Yeah, generally an 8,000 series is a Delta charter.
Gotcha. Well, that's good to know. Ports, Jacksonville. Let's see. Oh, on the app though, I can't go back very far. Probably do it on a computer.
Who they got this week?
They're on bye this week. So, yeah, they're not playing nobody. Let's try it this way.
But you guys recently just blew out Colts.
Well, that's helpful. What was that? What'd you say?
You guys recently blew out the Colts.
Yeah, we destroyed the Colts. Of course, they don't have Andrew Luck, so it's not, the biggest accomplishment in the world, but hey, I'll take it. Blue Crayon, hey, welcome back to the stream, man. Oh, MP, you're a Patriots fan, huh? Sorry. Patriots are are among the many Americans loathe list because of their winning streaks. That's just what's going to happen after a while. This is helpful. After being one of 6 NFL teams dropped by American Airlines for charter services earlier this year, Jacksonville Jaguars have officially secured new services for 2017 with an undisclosed company. Thanks. That's very helpful.
Miami Air.
Is it?
The last paragraph doesn't say either.
No.
Could be Sun Country.
Secures. It could be. Yeah, I don't know. For the Pittsburgh Steelers, Miami Dolphins, found an undisclosed company for charter services. Well, there's a will, there's a way. Figure it out. Let's do this. It's probably not going to be a common route, so KJX. There's a bunch of them. That's helpful. That's not helpful. Nope. Nope. I'll have to do it on the desktop because MYNN, please, next episode. We just did MYNN. We flew out of there yesterday. That's NASA. But welcome to the stream, Emerge 242. Yeah, no, we did that as a special VATSIM flight up to JFK from Nassau yesterday with Encrypted and Tim and Pinto for a little while. Ish got off to a bad start and ended up being way behind. But we had a few of us, and that was a lot of fun, actually. So we're going to do that again in the future. So yeah, look at the very previous video. It doesn't say it in there, it just says VATSIM flight, but that's what we ended up doing. The reason why it wasn't articulated very well in that is because we kept changing our mind. Originally we were going to do Gatwick to Schiphol because that was fully staffed. It would have been a little short hop, and then right as we were getting ready to go, the staffing completely went away. So that ended up being dumb. And then the next idea was to do Boston to Miami, which it was realized that Boston wasn't really up, and Miami wasn't up anyway, but we had New York Center kind of in the middle. Yeah, we found that. Yeah, Seattle. Well, I don't think it was packed when we started. Maybe it was, but we didn't notice it, I guess. And then that eventually changed to Nassau to JFK because Nassau was staffed initially, and then New York Center was online, so it kind of gave us some help there. Could have flown out of Jacksonville because Jacksonville Center came on a little bit later. We flew through Jacksonville Center at one point, so. But yeah. I'll have to do a special charter flight with my 747 once it's all finished for my Jags. Where are you flying your 7482, Kramer? But emerge, make sure you hit that like button, and if you wouldn't mind, hit that subscribe button. I'd appreciate it. As we continue on our quest for 2,500 subscribers. And we're nearing top of descent here. We got about 130 miles to go to top of descent. And we got just about 40 minutes or so from final destination. So we're getting there. We're getting close. We are getting close. In fact, I'm going to do another listen to the weather, see if anything significant is changing here.
Lima X-ray Golf Bravo Airport information Quebec 2050 Zulu weather wind 070 at 14 visibility 10 sky clear temperature 192.17 QNH 1022 advise on initial contact you have information Quebec
right
Lima.
Alright, so wind's 07014, so we have a little bit of a crosswind, not much of one. I mean, 20 degrees difference. Visibility is unlimited. Sky's clear. Temperature's 19, dew point 17. QNH 1022. So I'm gonna go ahead and set 1022 for now. We'll get that more updated as we get closer, but at least then we're in the ballpark. Let's say 22 or 23. 22. Okay. So let's start looking at the chart for Gibraltar here. So pull it up.
Isn't FSX like a 1-by-1 scale? Like it's a real scale?
Yes. That's why it's taking this long to get to Gibraltar.
Well, Steam Edition at least says. I saw like a little Steam I want to say a forum post thing, community post, that's what they call it, and saying that on like the box edition you could barely get like a 2-hour flight.
Oh no, that's not true at all. Box edition and Steam edition are the same thing. The only difference is they did some performance tweaks to the Steam edition just to make it run better. So, but this is, I mean, for all intents and purposes, you can't really tell the difference between Steam edition and box edition. It's identical. What you're probably referring to was Microsoft Flight, which is something that came out after FSX. That was their like next idea, and they're kind of, they changed the formula from a whole entire world to more of like you could buy areas and stuff like that, and that did not go over well with the flight sim community at all.
That wasn't a success at all.
Yeah, and that was the beginning of the end of the Microsoft Aces Studio. So yeah, but no, all the flight simulators from Microsoft, with the exception of Flight, were all entire world 1-to-1 scaling, essentially. I mean, as far as, you know, it actually takes 5 hours to fly from New York to LA, kind of thing. So, Amir Dogan, hello, sir. Welcome aboard. All right, so the.
Honestly, I don't even like planes that they have on.
What was that?
And Microsoft Flight, I've seen videos on it.
Oh, I got you.
I said I don't like the planes they have in Microsoft Flight. I've seen the videos.
Yeah, there was a lot of things that people didn't like with Flight, so. With Flight, it's not surprising.
It's like you took a car and just made it a plane.
Yeah. All right, so the last waypoint on our routing is Mar, which is I forget what the name of the thing is, but it's a VOR, MAR, it's to the north. The star basically brings us into, oh no, that's Malaga, never mind. Brings us to Pimos is the initial approach fix. It's not very, I mean, there's not really much to this here. It's really if we were coming from Malaga for the most part, but the way this works, I don't see any kind of get that away from me. MSA looks like for where we're going to be going, it's 6,800 feet to the north, it's 2,500 feet to the west, and it's 3,900 feet to the 2,500 feet to the east, and then 3,900 feet to the west and south. We got that giant rock at Gibraltar we're going to have to watch out for. So we need to stay to the south for airspace purposes. And if we're doing runway 9, pull that back up here. Come on. So yeah, from that PMOS point, we're going to come across to the west, south of the airport, swing around the Rock of Gibraltar through the bay there, and then come in and land on runway 9. So that's going to be fun. Yep, same MSA restrictions. Let's see, what's our minimums looking like here?
I actually recently found out how to do a shared cockpit, like set up a flight plan on the shared cockpit, like just regular FSX multiplayer.
Is it fairly simple to do?
And I told one of my friends.
Is it fairly simple to do?
Basically, yeah. You just go to multiplayer, create a host a session, and set the category as free flight, and then you can just set it up like normal.
Oh, okay.
Like usually when you just set up like flight and the GPS just decides not to work and it won't work.
Gotcha. So yeah, it doesn't look like we have any altitude or speed restrictions going in here. It doesn't seem like. So that's simple enough. Transition altitude in here is 6,000 feet, so let's go fix that. So I remember where this is. Destination now is in forecast, that's right. 6,000. Alright. So the fun one about there's two things about Gibraltar Airport that are interesting. One is there's that giant rock on the one side, so you got to worry about that and the weird wind conditions it creates. The other thing is there's actually a public road that goes right across the runway. So in the real world, in the real world you have to give the airport needs to have enough heads up. It needs, I think it's 6 minutes advance before you're going to land on the runway so they have time to close the road. And so yeah, it's kind of interesting. So yeah, top of descent, ETA is in about 6 minutes. You got about 60 nautical miles to go, and then landing estimated time is in about 30 minutes. So I'm going to change this actually so we get the so we do start descending here. I don't think it has, let me see, look at the legs page here. Yeah, just nothing specific. So we're going to bring this on down. I'm just going to bring this down to 10,000 for now. So that way that's ready to go. And then we need to, in here, tell it we're going to plan to arrive on runway 9. RNAV approaches, runways. PMOS. So more than PMOS. Yep. And I'm gonna look through here and see. GB09F. Where's that? Max 160 knots. Okay, good. So yeah, so we do have a speed restriction. Sorry, I missed that. At GB09F, we have a 160 knot speed restriction, which is as we start to come around the bay there, around the rock. So, which is good. So that'll help us lose our speed down enough. 03, GB092. Yeah, I think I'm okay with that. Okay. Yep. I just changed our top of descent a little bit now that we told it what we're doing. So.
We know FSX says they're probably still going to be AI traffic just crossing the entire time.
Oh, probably. It wouldn't surprise me. We'll see what it does. No idea what it's going to do, but we'll see. We shall see. It's a pretty short runway, so we're going to go ahead and use auto brakes 3 today. And now that we're this close to top of the I'm going to get the weather report one more time for approach briefing and see things change.
Airport information, Sierra 205.
And the access point.
Wind 070 at 14, visibility 10, sky clear, temperature 192.17, QNH 1022, advise on emission.
Alright, it's basically the same.
Sierra Lima.
Actually, you're going to want to check that after the top of the hour.
Yeah. I'll check it again, but for now, that's what we've got. Alright, so we are going to be going into runway 9. Again, there's not really an approach, a star for this per se. It's basically just to get to PMOS, which is the initial approach fix. So the weather, as of right now, we'll check it again after the top of the hour like Tim suggested, but it's information Sierra, winds is 070 at 14, temperature, I'm sorry, sky's clear, visibility is 10, temperature is 19, dew point's 17, altimeter 1022, which we already have selected here. Transition altitude for this airport is 6,000 feet. MSA going into Gibraltar, we talked about 6,800 feet to the north, 2,500 feet to the east, and 3,900 feet to the south and west. And our approach is going to bring us in from the east. We'll head west towards the southern point of Gibraltar, and then end around through the bay and come around 108 degrees to land on runway 9. Runway heading is 89, so we'll set that here. There it is. And I don't believe there is, it's an RNAV, it's not an ILS, so we don't have to worry about that. It's alright. Where's my other thing? That's not good. My paper's so left to me. Alright, fine. Whatever. Alright, so we have our minimums for our descent down is set for 363 on the radio altimeter. I do need to set our flaps 30 speed, which right now looks like it's going to be 144 for VREF, so planning for a few knots above that, probably about 148 or so. Let's give us some buffer. Auto brakes will be 3, and it's already set there. Landing altitude is basically 0 because it's right on the water. So set that. And well, here's come stop and descent coming into the screen here. So we'll be starting our descent here pretty soon.
Hey Moose, have you ever heard of passengers?
Yep, I have it. Well, I mean, I haven't used it in a long time, but I do have it. I've used it in the past.
You should probably create a series out of that.
Yeah,
try to make it more realistic. Plus GSX being with it.
That's not a bad idea, yeah. Project Open Sky hasn't been around for quite a while. They went away a number of years ago.
One of the things I like about it, like failures can actually happen. There's a chance of like engine failure.
Yeah, you can blow tires. Yeah, that was something I liked. What I had a problem with is some of the advanced aircraft, like the 747 in particular. When it tries to move fuel around, it slaps you for cheating because it thinks you're adding fuel to your aircraft when it's just moving it between the tanks. So that was kind of annoying that they didn't have a way around that. But oh well. On our approach here on runway 9, the runway is short. It's only 5,830 feet. So we'll probably go down near the end to taxiway Echo. I doubt we'll be able to taxi off on Alpha, but the civil apron is the second one over there. So we'll taxi over via Echo and then Bravo, left turn onto Bravo to the apron there. If we have to go around, obviously we're going to want to make sure we avoid that rock at Gibraltar off to our right as we're landing. Where's my RNAV? Give me that back. But essentially what we'll do, we'll take off, we'll go straight out because our missed approach basically takes us climb to 4,000, follow final approach track to runway 9, then head to GBM 02. Which is just the other end of the runway, and then to Cuxox, and then back to PMOS. And at PMOS we turn right, max of 230 knots to Alpha and enter the holding for 4,000, the resident structure HC. So basically we'll just come around at PMOS and try again, basically like we did on the way in. Will be the plan there. So simple. We'll see how it all goes
having a double engine failure above the sea?
Can I imagine having one?
Yeah, just having to force to belly land in the water.
Oh goodness, well, you wouldn't want to have to do that, but yeah, yuck.
I tried to do it with an Airbus, and let's just say it's not easy.
I would imagine it's not. It's especially not easy if you lose all of your hydraulics and stuff with it. Like for instance, the 737 doesn't have a rat, so. If you lose your power, you're basically back to batteries, unless you get the APU running. So yeah, Kramer, I've never. I mean, Project Open Sky was good for its time. I mean, nowadays I don't really do freeware a lot, mainly because the quality doesn't compare to obviously the PMG payware, stuff like that. So yeah, I never really had much Project Open Sky stuff, and then they stopped making it. So there it is. Start our top of descent. In fact, it's after the hour now. Let's listen to that ATIS one more time, see if anything did significantly change.
Lima, X-ray, Golf, Bravo, airport information, Tango 205, Zulu, weather, wind, 070, at 14, visibility 10, sky clear, temperature 192.17, QNH 1022, advise on
unchanged, alright.
Tango, Lima, X-ray, Golf, Bravo, airport.
Takes care of that. Where are we flying next time? I don't know. That'll be next Friday. And I do not know. I do not know. One of these weekends, in fact, I can find out because I have the invitation here somewhere. It's sometime in November. as we get to the holidays, there's going to be some stream changes as far as when I stream. Just simply for the fact that my schedule will alter as I go on vacations and family outings and things like that. So obviously I can't stream when I'm out on vacation. But where is that? Oh yeah, and other really fun news. I just found out I got assigned jury duty. I got that in the mail yesterday. Yay! So much fun. So I'm gonna defer that till probably in the summer, because it's supposed to start like at the end of November. I'm like, going to the holidays? Not risking anything. Because with my luck, I'll get on something long and nasty, and it'll screw up my entire time. So no, thank you.
I am ineligible for jury duty for the rest of my life.
For the rest of your life?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Prior military.
Really? Military is ineligible?
Yeah.
Oh, that must be nice.
Because we don't listen to bullshit. We're straight to the point. That's why.
No,
we're not easily.
Yeah, I'd like to see you try and tell a judge that.
Exactly. I don't think that's the reason, really, but
we're not easily swayed per se.
Well, you don't want people that are easily swayed. That's the whole point. You want people that see the evidence and rule accordingly.
Well, that's the thing, though, because the whole point of it, the defense is to argue saying this is all fake, this is all fake. The defense tries to sway the jury to give guilty, while the prosecution tries to sway make him guilty.
Your look at the American justice system is kind of skewed.
Yeah.
It is skewed. It is skewed in a way.
A little bit. To Alexandria. Okay, that's an interesting idea. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, what I was going to say, though, is the weekend of November 11th, which I think that's a Saturday. That's not this this coming next weekend, but I think the weekend after that, I'm going to be out of town. I'll be down in LA for my my brother-in-law's graduation from physician's assistant training, and so probably will not be streaming that weekend, just because. Probably stream that Thursday. Actually, no, maybe not, because I think that's the. Is that the weekend? That might be the Thursday we're doing the special event at church. So I don't know. I'll keep you guys posted. I'm not sure, but I may just be incognito that entire weekend because of events going on and me being out of town. But we'll see.
Yeah, the 11th is a holiday too.
Yeah, Veterans Day. Of course, I don't get the holiday, so doesn't help me. But that'd be Veterans Day.
Oh, I completely forgot about this. The Josh Norman and Des Bryant rivalry.
Okay.
They meet up again.
I didn't know they had a rivalry.
They're about to go crazy, yeah. Because Josh Norman is always covering Des Bryant, so that's why everyone's always freaking out.
Oh, I see.
They think they're better than each other, and yeah. They're always fighting.
And that ranks up there with the Kardashians.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Alright, well, I've spotted the Mediterranean as we start our descent here. Gibraltar should be up here in this tip area somewhere.
Is that the Med out there?
I believe so.
Is that your graphics now loading?
Yeah, no. Well, I see land on the other side here, so I'm pretty sure that's the Mediterranean, and I think this is the Strait of Gibraltar right here.
Does the taxiway also cross that? It's got to cross that road?
No, because on where the road does it, in fact, let me pull it back up here. I believe the taxiways are all. Yeah, no, it's just past where the so basically when you're landing on runway 9, you'll come in. It's just runway. You have to back taxi to get to the end of runway 9. You cross the road, and then the first taxiway you come to is Charlie off to the right, then Alpha on your left, then Delta on your right, and then it's all the way to the end till Echo, There used to be a taxiway all the way to the very end, which, according to this map, it's X'd out, so it's closed for whatever reason. So now it's a little bit of a back taxi for either way, but it's quite a long back taxi to go to runway 9, not very long back taxi for runway 27.
Now the RAF still is present there, don't they?
Correct.
They have a section, yeah.
Yeah, there's a, the south apron I think is RAF, the north apron is civil. So yeah, in fact it comes up as a Gibraltar Air Base, I believe, like in the, when you look it up.
Yeah, the description, yeah.
Yeah, so.
Joint use.
Yeah, pretty much. Passed through 17,000 feet. So look at our, let's double check some things here. Alright, so our pressurization is set for our landing altitude is 0. Recall is checked. Auto brake is set to 3. Landing data is 144 for VREF. Minimum set as 363 radio. And approach briefing is complete. And altimeters are set to 1022 hectopascals for transition altitude to be at 6,000 feet. This is not cool. I don't like this.
Isn't Hector Pascal Juan's work buddy?
Work buddies. It's Hector and Pascal. They're two different guys.
Must be the guys on the loading.
That's right. The one that dances and the one that, yeah.
Hey, Tim, what's your Steam name? Well, message me soon. I want to add you up so we can fly with us.
I don't fly on Steam.
You don't fly on Steam?
Nope.
Huh. I want someone to contact you.
You can use it on Twitter. That's how I communicate with him offline. Lower this back down to...
I don't think you're following me anymore, Moose.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, must have... I wonder if I clicked that off at one point. That's an easy fix, though.
Yeah, don't forget Simple Flight Radio's tomorrow night.
Yeah, I'm going to tune in. That was really good. I enjoyed that.
Oh darn, 1710 Northwestern.
Uh-oh.
In the 4th with about 11 to go.
There, fixed.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, Carlene sent me a nice note afterwards.
Nice. Yeah, I thought it was fun when I was listening on there. They mentioned their correction about Delta retiring their 74s by left seat too long. I'm like, oh hey, I know who that is. Good old Tim.
Carlene did until she saw my picture.
Carlene what?
Carlene didn't know who I was until she saw my picture.
Oh.
Yeah, she's still waiting on a first officer slot on the 777. She's currently right seat on the A330.
Oh, okay.
But most of their stuff is general aviation.
Yeah.
they've been doing a lot of warbird stuff. Because Rhonda likes the B-29s for some unknown reason.
Oh, okay.
But she had never seen that. Did you ever see the Nova about the Keybird in Greenland?
Keybird? No.
Oh, sad story. They recovered. They found a B-29 on the ice, and they restored it, hung new engines on it, everything, and got it in flying condition, and fly it back to the States. And during their takeoff, taxiing for takeoff, after months sitting on the ice trying to restore this plane, their APU was like a Briggs & Stratton APU in the back, and it broke out of its mount and caught fire and set fire to the entire airplane. Yeah.
Oh, that sucks. Yeah, guys, here's the Rock of Gibraltar right there. You can see we're going to come around here after we hit Pimos, come around to the south, go up the bay. The airport's this strip right here. And so we're going to come up the bay, around back here, and swing in and land, hopefully. That's the plan anyway. These are the Straits of Gibraltar right here. So on the other side of this is the Atlantic Ocean. And this is the Mediterranean Sea.
Gibraltar, the only place in Spain that's British soil.
Yep, pretty much. Well, you mean Paris to Oslo? Because Oslo's in Norway. Odin. Yeah, we do need to fly into De Gaulle at some point too. We haven't done that yet. It's still on the list.
So, Moose, have you played on Pilot Edge before?
I have not, because it costs money, and so yeah.
Well, besides that costs money, have you tried it for the 2 weeks that you can try it for?
I have not. No. I actually. I hung out with some of the Pilot Edge guys on at Flight Sim Con because their booth was right there by Cat Strader's thing when he was streaming, so that was kind of cool to see that in action. But it's interesting. I would actually be. It'd be really cool to do that. The only annoyance with that is it's limited to basically just the Western United States right now. So this kind of makes it limits where you can fly for doing that. So.
True, but kind of really odd reason everyone loves the Western U.S.
Sorry, what was that?
Everyone loves Western U.S.
That's right. That's because that's where I live. So they should.
I don't like the Western U.S.
Well, you're in the minority and you're wrong.
Well, I'm sorry. I don't find California girls undeniable.
You really shouldn't leave. Is that Katy Perry that sings that?
Yes.
Yeah, really.
I had to.
Really shouldn't base your opinions off California off Katy Perry. I beg of you.
Well, it's also this. It's always sunny.
That's a bad thing.
Yes.
When it catches fire.
Well.
There's only 2 things that I would move to California for.
I'm waiting.
The DC-10 and the 747 SPF.
Oh, because you get to see them because California's on fire all the time?
No, because I'd probably be working for them.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that was some cool video of the 7-4 doing the firefighting. I saw that on YouTube. It's quite a sight.
That's gotta be so strange to try and keep that center of gravity.
Right. With something that big, because they talk about, even in some of the smaller ones, like the C-131, they were special, and those guys have to be pushing the stick down to compensate when they release the retardant, because the dynamics of the airplane change so much. The thing which wants to climb because it loses so much weight. Not to mention the center of gravity issues.
I just sent you the link on that to B-29, by the way.
Oh, cool. Ah, yes.
You have to watch it now.
No, no, I'm not going to. I was just verifying that I got it. I'm landing now, so. MP is a rule of thumb. I don't generally make mods out of people who are asking to be mods. I'll make mods out of people that I just decide to make mod who've been around for a while. So, your ticket to becoming a mod, part of it means don't ask for it. Because at the end of the day, everyone wants to be a mod for some reason. So, it's just not how I do things. Request denied. Ah. All right. Our viewership has jumped up a little bit now that we're actually landing, so if you're back and you haven't already, hit that like button and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I'd appreciate it. And you can also support the channel by donating if you wish. You can do that with Super Chat. You can do that with becoming a sponsor. And you can also do that by using Streamlabs, which is in the description below. So if you felt compelled to do that, I'd appreciate it. Obviously not required, but always appreciate it.
You're in the RNAV, right?
Yep.
So you're going to have crossing restrictions?
There's actually, according to the chart, the only restriction is a speed restriction at GB09F.
They don't have a flight zone?
No. They have kind of a guidance, but not a. Well, I guess
okay.
there's a 1,500 foot mandatory at GB09F too. That was listed on the chart here, but yeah, everything else is.
Just trying to keep you from getting hung up.
Yeah, no, appreciate it.
Tim, I would love to fly with you again. Simple as that.
Well, we get Moose off his Moose tail section to set it up, and yeah, I'll fly with you.
Kind of wish you had
Fancy
Steam
word
Edition
for butt.
too, so then you could we could just fly like actually like multiplayer together, like see each other's aircraft and such.
Here's Gibraltar, the Rock.
Wind shear, shear.
Yeah, right.
We're gonna have to go check that out in X-Plane and see how they did it.
Yeah, that'd be interesting to see how they modeled it.
You got Orbex Europe, or are you just running North America?
This is Orbex Global actually. I don't have the North America one even specifically. Just
well, there's Vector, and they've got.
yeah, they have the global ones are Vector and the Orbex Global. I mean, they're both kind of globally done, and then you have the individual packs like North America, and then specific on down from that.
Yeah, the only one that's
Land class. That's the other one.
yeah, that screws me up more is the Rex texture packages.
Mm.
There's no rhyme or reason to their marketing and their naming convention.
That's not helpful.
Wait, what are you guys talking about?
Scenery and textures. Orbex versus Rex, Real Environment Extreme. Gear down.
Yeah, pretty much any company that confuses me doesn't give enough money.
Yeah, it's a pretty good rule of thumb.
Got to be ahead of the 737 because the thing does not want to go down and slow down.
No, it does not. And that is flaps 30, gear down, 3 green.
Now, you don't have the TFDI 717, do you?
I do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I do. I think there's now a whole bunch of liveries out for it. I've been waiting forever for them to finally release the stupid paint kit so I can repaint stuff, but I have yet to see that. I don't know, maybe it's out now. I haven't checked in about a month, so maybe it is out now. But
I don't recall seeing it.
But yeah, I don't know.
What did you touch?
I turned the autopilot off.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's what I was
You of all people should know that.
Gibraltar looks not bad in X-Plane.
Yeah?
Yep. Thanks to the magic of YouTube, I found it.
Nice.
Okay.
That's one way to do it.
When in doubt, Google.
Landing. It's a nice tree right in the end there.
And I see that giant mountain to the right.
You're ready for the brakes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's coming in.
What would be funny though is if a car crosses the runway midway through, you're like, oh damn it.
There we go.
Oh, there's going to be cars. Just wait for them to get closer.
Yep, auto brake 3 took me nice work on that. Alright, we are down at Gibraltar.
What's your brake temps are?
We're going to find out in a second. Oops, no, no, we're not, because I got to do that. Oh, this one, they have the, yeah, they got the taxiway that goes all the way here now. We'll see, it'll take a little bit to register, probably. Depending on how well it's modeled. Alright. Well, welcome to the only British land in Spain. Gibraltar. Famous for their rock.
And monkeys.
And monkeys. Sorry, can't forget the monkeys. Landing lights off, flaps coming up.
Don't make me send the flying monkeys.
Oh, please don't.
I remember as a kid, the first time I saw that, it scared the crap out of me.
Our choir director at church, her daughter is an adult. I mean, she's like maybe a few years younger than me. Is still scared to death of flying. She hates Wizard of Oz for that reason. She won't watch it. It cracks me up.
Kindred spirits. That made an impression on me, and the original Alien movie.
Oh, yeah, I can see that, definitely. Okay, we'll go back to steady on the nav lights. And was that actually, that was, oh no, it's this one, I guess. It's all modeled differently on the map. It's very helpful. It should be the second apron. But I think they made that one the bigger one. I can't tell. We'll go over there. That's fine.
Yeah, the default scenery sometimes.
Yeah.
Plus the scenery is 10 years, 15 years old.
Right, so there's that too. So. That's right, Roger. We got to Gibraltar. Got a good landing. It's beautiful down here, actually, right now. Again, if you haven't hit that like button, make sure you do that now. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. We will be flying again next week, and trucking again next week.
Darn the Michigan State kicker just hit the upright.
Don't you hate that?
Gate crash. I'll take it.
Did you say gate crash?
Well, if you hit the car, yes.
Oh, okay. And there are no actual gates at the FSX default, so we're just gonna pull in here and.
That's where GSX comes in handy.
Well, GSX won't help me with that because they won't see a gate to put me at, so I'm not even gonna turn them on because they're just gonna go, "What do you want to do?"
They give you air stairs.
Well, yeah, but I mean they won't marshal me yet. I could set them up now and do.
Yeah, they will.
Really? See, I can't even select parking facility, runway 9 or 27. That's all I can do.
Well, they don't get go.
Because, like I said, there's no parking here. It's really dumb. I don't know why FSX did that.
Oh, yeah.
It's just apron, so, yeah. So there's the Rock of Gibraltar, right there in all its wonder. And,
Woody Harrelson is playing Lyndon Baines Johnson.
What?
I just saw an ad for a movie.
What movie? Called LBJ?
It's on LBJ.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
Alright, we'll go ahead and hook up ground power and air.
Well, apparently just leave the doors armed and everybody can take the chutes.
Exactly. Go ahead and switch over to ground power, turn our packs off, and we'll chop our engines. Kill that, kill the yaw damper, kill the
sure,
fuel.
no gates and no parking facilities, but you do have ground power.
Right, exactly. I don't need to drop seatbelts.
In other words, if you didn't bring it with you, you ain't got it.
Exactly. Don't light there. Oops.
Taxi lights can come off.
Yeah. We don't have to worry about not blinding anybody this time. And I'll leave the low light on. The nav light, the collision light is what I want. Because I touched them all. Okay. And actually, I think do I have air stairs in this thing? I don't remember.
Well, that's
I
right.
do.
Yeah,
I have air stairs. Ha ha! Got my own stairs, sucker. Alright, so I'm going to open our door there. Not that it matters, because GSX isn't here to do anything. But whatever. Alright guys, that is Gibraltar from Luxembourg. So thanks for coming along with the ride. Please again hit that like button if you haven't already. Hit that subscribe button. We're trying to get those up to 2,500. I'd appreciate it. And yeah, where is the applause, Flanny? What's up with that? How do you know how fast you're going on the ground? Where's the ground speed indicator? Ground speed indicator on here, which may not show now because I turned all the IRSs off. It's right up here. It's right up in the corner. There's true airspeed right there, and ground speed is usually indicated right next to it. So, and then you also have, obviously, anything above 45 knots or so, you'll actually get on the speed tape, but below that, you won't really see it. So, anyway. Alrighty, guys. Moose, do you lend Spartans? I don't even know what that means. Do you like Spartans? Is that what you meant to say? I don't have an opinion on Spartans in general. Or if you're referring to a team, then you have to specify which one. Tim's Spartans or the Michigan State Spartans. The I think San Jose State is also the Spartans. That's closer to here. But
ooh, Notre Dame's taking NC State apart.
Oh. Alrighty. So hopefully my Fresno State Bulldogs will do their job tonight and crush UNLV. That game starts at 7 my time, so in just about 3.5 hours, rather. So yeah, all right, guys. So thanks so much for coming along. I'm gonna close it off here. We will definitely do another VATSIM flight here soon because that was a lot of fun. Maybe even do that next Friday. We'll see. Who knows? I don't know. We'll see. Until then, you can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram if you want. Flying Moose 83 is the handle for all of those. And check out when we're streaming next. Next stream should be Thursday night. We'll do Truck Sim again. And then the weekend we'll be back into flying once again. So, good night, everyone. Thank you for those of you that joined me in TeamSpeak. I realize, Andrew, you lost it accidentally, but that's okay. Thanks for coming along. Captain Tim, pleasure as always. Encrypted, good to have you here with us. And we'll see you guys next time.
You take care, Moose. Have a good weekend
Moose.
and a week.
All right, thanks, guys. Have a good one, everyone. Once I figure out how to close out the thing.